Hey, 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 what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Monday night late night stream. It's me, Mr. Cardconomist. Let's get the title running. New gym breaks, new gym booster breaks. How about that? New gym booster breaks. We're gonna say Ancient Origins pack split close, and we're going to say Charizard Charizard go break. All right, there we go. All right, so there we have it. The three items we need to put into the title so that people know what's going on. Let's jump over here and start pinging. Hey, 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 what's up, everybody? I'm awake. I'm here. I'm giving up my precious sleep for this here. There will be no butt pinching tonight. There will be Pokemon cards tonight. Let's see. Huh, weird. You know, I was resetting my phone so that I could sell it to Miss Alexis. She bought one of the Miss Alexis has purchased a phone, the one we previously used to host the live stream, and I factory reset it, and it looks like it removed my credit card from Apple Pay when I did that. That's so annoying. Let's see, we're jumping over here. She got a very nice deal on that. Let's see. We're gonna edit this. All right, let's see. Do 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 do. Well, I'm looking for something over here, and I cannot find it. Let's put it here, maybe. Oh, it's here. I see. Okay, there you go. All right, let's hit save on that, and actually, let's go ahead and edit this. All right, boom. All right, that's up to date. Perfect. Let's get the iPad open. What's up, guys? How's it going? It's now Tuesday morning, Monday night, 2 a.m. in the morning where I live. By the way, that means it's 12 a.m. in the morning in California. All right. Cardconomist, how's it going? It's going well. Can I start the Squawk Squad? Yep, you can start the Squawk Squad. Hello, Pokey Nerds. Wait, no more cracked phone for Alexis. Apparently, her husband is the one who's going to be using it. His phone slipped. I guess his phone got damaged while he was working. PR. So it was nice because I was getting ready to sell that phone anyway. It was like perfect timing. Now we have Miss Six, who Miss Alexis came in and got the shipping done. By the way, guys, how nice is that? I'll put her on the giveaway over here. We are. All right, number two. So she got to take a spot in here. That's the view bounty giveaway. This is how we do it now. So there's likes and then there's views. Well, we did likes for a while and now we're trying out something new. We're trying views. So to hit your view bounty for tonight, you need to get 78 total viewers in this room. If we hit 78 viewers, this giveaway gets activated. Oh, ooh. Well, well, well. Squeak Scott, yo, how's it going? It's okay. We all start somewhere. Tyler, how many left in Ancient Origins? Why did you write 6 twice on that? Aha, I know you're joking. All right, let's take a look at the pack split real fast. Pack break 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's exactly halfway done. $24 a spot on that Ancient Origins pack break. The top card is a big Rayquaza, but there's so many actually really good cards in that set. Let's set up to do this Naruto break now. Yeah. Miss Beatrice bought the other half of it. We can run it twice if you guys want. I see Mr. Marius just bought 2 spots in the rocket break. You go, Mr. Marius. Ooh, I need to bring in semi-rigids. Do I not have any laying nearby? I need semi-rigids. I was working on getting some cards ready to be submitted. Used them all up. Marius Larson. There it is. Oops, 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 oops. All right, Marius Larson. You go, Mr. Marius. Marius just jumping straight in, both feet. Looking for a pricey card in there, huh, Mr. Marius? Let's see. Box break, second chance, Pokebox. Good. So I think we need to get the expensive booster pack for this. Where'd we last put it? That says junk on it. That's a rare candy bag. Aha, expensive booster. All right, you're the first two spots in there, actually. There you go. Got to try to hit big. That's right. Well, you could actually pull, even in a non-holographic pack, you can pull a Dark Charizard. We saw that earlier. We pulled a, let me jump forward here. We pulled a Dark Dragonite in the previous pack. Let's turn this down a little bit. I'm listening to Minecraft music. So here we are with a gym break from this daytime stream that it finished, but I was all out of time, so we had to delay it for tonight. And we're gonna go grab Six's card. You go, Miss Six. All right. Ta-da! All right. Yeah, that's Topps Naruto. One of the most popular products we opened for a while was this Topps Naruto. It's a really interesting set because it clearly had a very short print run. Here, let me take a cough drop right now. It clearly had a very short print run, and this means that you get really low numbered cards out of here. Yeah, so you get like out of 10, out of 5, and even out of 1. We've pulled 2 out of 1s out of here. Just imagine getting an out of 1 of the best artwork, and then it grades 10 or some crazy thing like that. I mean, it's a big deal. Pin the website? Oh, yeah, let's get the website pinned. Thanks. Let me grab I don't think I did that. Let me grab the website. We did it in the daytime stream, but we got to do it in this stream. Okay, let's see. We're going to hit pause, and we're going to hit post, and oops, and a pin. There we have it. Cool. Up 6 wins and pulls only waifus. We are. Good luck to both Six and Beatrice. Beatrice has been with us for so long. She's so nice. She joins these breaks all the time. Mister, did you see the San Diego church attack? I might have seen a headline that said there was going to be like a shooting at a mosque. Is that right? But then a guard stopped it and he died or something. Yeah. Crazy days, man. I was listening to a news story about a guy who went on a vacation to Miami with his wife and kid, and he just got randomly killed by some crazy guy with a gun too. Here goes. We got energy retrieval. Get 2 energies. Oh man, that's a pretty good opening. 1. You get the first 2 energies from the bottom. That's how we'll do it. Okay. All right. Now Six's turn. Removes trainer's energies. All right. Well, that's all discarded. Very crazy. 6 got a remove trainer's energies card. And so now you're set back to 0, both of you. Here's Jinx. It's a strong card. And Vanillite. All right. You weren't going to get Beatrice. Beatrice got Jinx. Round number 2. We got Mewtwo. Oh, you're so screwed, 6. Mewtwo's like the best one. Draw 2. All right. We've got Energy and the Bull. Not strong enough. Oh, man, that was rough. All right. I'm sorry. Beatrice takes the pack. Let's see what's in it, Miss Beatrice. That's pretty rough, huh, 6? 6, you officially have a 5 in a row, miss. There it is. You now have the toughest scorecard. You're in the lead from the perspective of misses. Oops. Let me put this over here. All right. Now, Miss Beatrice is going to take home a win. Good for you, Miss Beatrice. Why are you rigging it against 6? I wouldn't rig it. What are you talking about? There we go. Let's see what's in the pack. You guys ready? Snipping this. I'm going to cry, says 6. 6, no! What do we got here? Well, not a holo pack. Well, look at this, 6. So you might have missed, but it's not a holographic pack. Now, if it was a holo 1 of 1, you can feel pretty bad at that point. Okay, we got the 9 Tails, Assassin of the Mist, Hashirama Senju, Konohara Maru, Naruto. All right. So the pack itself wasn't a super expensive booster ultimately. Not too much has been lost. Let's see. That's the fun part about these gym breaks is not only do you have to win the gym break, but right afterwards, the pack still has to have something in it. There you go. So since 6 lost, you get a refund, right? That's that one kid was in here. Who do you think that was? That was some troll account. Ooh, we have no Halo cards. Sold them all. Crazy stuff. All right, so what you're looking at here is a fresh pack of the Narutos. And what did I do with that sleeve? Did I throw that sleeve away? No, that's not it. How crazy. I think I might have thrown it away. I would have just had it. Hold on, wait a second. Did I throw that whole thing away? I can't tell. I'm going to have to go get more semi-rigids. I'll be right back. Let me get a fresh semi-rigid. All right, here we are. Oh. Ooh. All right. Squeak Squad. Think we better get a Meow Squad going before the hantavirus arrives. Put this over here. What would you say was the most enjoyable card you have ever pulled in a pack within your career of doing this? One time I pulled a really good Rattata. Ooh. Sarah Dusenberry's triple SIR recently. That was pretty cool. What do you guys think? I like that one. That one was nuts. So we'll run this back. Here it is, round 2. Oh my God, I just found it. It was right here. Dear Lord. Oh well. Throwing that away. So we got 2 kind of pricey packs available for gym breaks. And I was thinking we keep doing that. We keep creating those. There it is. That's it. No virus for us. I don't know if that's how it works, by the way. It might not work that way. Thank you, Mr. Marius Larson, for the 2 spots. Who else is ordering stuff? Let's find out. Happy Monday night, Tuesday morning. 6 says she'll take a solo leveling box. Oh, yeah. Ooh, baby. 1 box of solo leveling. Wait, triple SIR Sarah of what, Mr. I missed. Yeah, Sarah opened up 4 different booster packs of Pokemon, and 3 of the 4 packs had an SIR English in them. And I think one of them was like Mega Charizard or something, wasn't it? It was just crazy. Statistically, the odds of that are so low. So that was one of the craziest openings. All right. Remember that? Oh, Zam. That's nuts. What's an expensive booster pack you guys would like me to put up on the table as a gym break? Yep. Huang Dong Su. It sounds like you got a big ding dong or something. Here's a Killbone. Here's Beirut. Oh, the Ant-Man's called Beirut? Beirut? I wish Mr. said his 1 whole box catchphrase. 1 whole box of solo leveling in a minute. Ooh, look at that. Sarah's literally so generous. It's not luck, it's good karma. Maybe. Yeah. Have you rubbed the belly of the Buddha in a while? You got to do that if you want the good card pulls. Code. Kaisel. Oh, the dragon. Again, I forget how he gets the dragon. Goto Ryuji. Whoa. And Tusk. All right, very good. You have any English Neo for a break? Yeah, I've got a little bit of English Neo, not a lot of it. We could technically host a Neo break. Neo's pricey. Here you go, 6. You know what, 6? No star card in this round. That's a cool box. I see how you're feeling, 6. I think 6 is going to need immediate free ones, guys. Japanese jungle. Japanese jungle would be cool. Very expensive, but very cool. Pain all around. Marius Larson, spot in Naruto and Metazu. All right. Marius Larson is in both of these. So you can join either of these to get it started. Mr. Marius. He's the man. Let's see. Where's your card? Some people, they pay to have a custom card made. If you get a custom card, when the round is over, it goes into your bag. Here it is. All right. I'll set you in the Naruto because I have a feeling it has a faster chance of going off. But he's in both. He's in Metazu and in Naruto. We need one more for both of those. Ooh, childhood things are going to get easier, says Ryan Shapiro. Yeah? Why, did you get a Cards for Kid? All right, let's see. Let's see. Any slab gym breaks before we run out of slabs? I need the dopamine. I got an itch. You got one of them slabs? All right, here is Mark. He wants a whole bunch of stuff. He wants 5 of the battle partners. Battle partners. You got it, baby. Let's start putting this together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 of these. Mark's just having a little bit of fun. Heat Wave Arena. Heat Wave. It's a good set. But that's not Heat Wave. That's something else. Oh, Heat Wave. Where? Here it is. Heat Wave. 4 of these Heat Waves. 2, 3, 4. Then he wants 2 of these Ninja Spinners. He wants 2 of them, not 1 of them. And then he wants 1 of the Hidden Fate Set A. Yes, Hidden Fate Set A has been getting a little more attention. If you guys bought a lot of the Hidden Fate Set A, I'd go restock it. It's a good set. This is Sun and Moon Chinese. It's really old. And 3 of the Korean Black Bolt. All right, Korean Black Bolt, which we are steadily running low on. 1, 2, 3. It is raining so hard out there. I got to see if we have a flood warning because it was raining all day and it got pretty high. Oh, yeah, we're on flood watch right now. Flood watch remains in effect until 1 p.m. tomorrow. Ugh. Oh, there it is. Yep. Camden. It has been raining for like 24 hours. And we live right on the edge of the water. So flooding is possible for us. Only the water Pokemon will make it. Yeah, that's right. Send us water to North Carolina. We're super dry. Yes. It's rad. All right, let's get this opened up for our friend Mr. Mark. There's a $74 order. Thank you very much, Mr. Mark. All right. Ship. Yeah, I've got all the packages all packed up. Miss Alexis got those packed up today, but I didn't want to put them out for the mailman because I'm worried they're going to get like misted with rain or something. So they're still just sitting inside. It's bad. Give me Chinese takeout. Egg rolls with rice. I don't know about that rice though. It's not. It's on the list of foods we ain't supposed to be eating. It's fried. Such a funny sound effect. There we are. 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 All right. Of course. Oh, I didn't think of it that way. Here's da da da. One Raikou out of there. Okay, it's a little bit of a cold pack. It's a Raikou pack. Frying makes it healthy. Yeah, exactly. That was his like weird ass reasoning. It's like, no, it's good. It's fried. Here's Gray Ninja. Oh, Mega Gray Ninja. Oh, that Typhlosion is so cool. He's good. Here's a Rotom. Ooh, look at that Rotom. Not bad. Heatwave Arena doing good for you so far. Cold. Cold. All right. How about the battle partners? The Doggy, Roof. And here's a cold one. And here's a cold one. And here's Clefairy. 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 Cold. Let's leave these up because they're Japanese. It's getting extremely low. The water is dirt brown on the edges. Ugh. You guys got to get some water. We get a lot of water in Missouri. There's like flooding out here, flooding problems. Is maybe that's why they want to build the data centers out here. Ooh, yeah, I can't wait to build a data center. Oh, yeah. Data centers are great. I love them. Boy, people really freaked out when they mentioned data centers in Lake of the Ozarks out here. They're like, hell no. Take that crap somewhere else. Not my lake. All right, Mr. Mark. What stood out to me are these two lovelies. They're pretty good. The rest is just okay. I like this Raikou too. He's a Sun and Moon era hollow. All right. Mr. Mark. Mr. Mark. Let's see. Mark Kaplan. Captain Mark. Welcome, guys. Says we have 11 viewers. That can't be right. That actually makes no sense because we just started 23 minutes ago, but oh my gosh, it says we have 2 viewers. Now I know that's not right. It claims we have 2 viewers. Sign in, guys. Sign in the chat. If there's more than 2 people, say something in chat right now. I know that's not right. There's Marius and Prue right there. There's Tyler. See, that number can't be trusted, man. They're messing with me. That's a fake number. 2 people, my ass, dude. We're getting ripped off by the YouTube watch count. It says we got 2 people in here, bro. Liar! You're with him now. Anakin, no. All right, let's see. We're getting ripped off by the YouTube watch count. It claimed we had 2 people. Now it's saying we have 10 people. The data centers are holding you back. Yeah. Somebody doesn't want us to win, guys. That is rigged. Too big to rig. No, I'm just kidding. Here's Mr. Mime. What we got going on over here? This is pretty cool. Look at this. This is Diamond Pearl Magneton for 100. Here's Hello Kitty. That's a gym break. Hingler break. And the trade break, which has no activity so far. These are 2 gym breaks, and they're both filled with Marius. Marius is real deep. And so you guys can buy a spot in here, and they would instantly go off. So we're just waiting on people to join those. 1 person has filled a spot in each of those already. Hit refresh. Now it says 17. That number was so rigged, bro. That was so fake. Joseph Smith, 3 pokey shuffles. I'm scared of breaks. I'm afraid of Americans. All right, what we got? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm afraid of the world. We got 3 shuffles, and they're cold. I'm sorry, bro. Ouch. That's Joseph Smith. Miss Six says 1 Twilight, 1 Stellar Crown, 1 Surging Sparks, 2 Mega Evolutions. You know, if you think about it, Six, booster packs are breaks too. You're buying 136 of a booster box, aren't you? And in that booster box is a hit. So you're going in there with like a 136 odds. Hold up. Do we need a new box of the Stellar Crown? It looks like we do. Oh, wait, here's a Stellar Crown. How much did you order? 1? All right, so there's a Stellar Crown. We're still good. 1 Surging Sparks. Do I have some back there? What if I keep the Surging Sparks? There's Obsidian Flame. Okay, Surging Sparks. 1 Twilight Masquerade. 6, where am I keeping Twilight? In this Twilight. Nope, that's Obsidian Flame. I thought it was like over here. That's Paldea Evolved. Let's see. Haha. All right, found it. Took a second there. 6 going wide. 6, you got it this time. Now says 17. Who knows? The troll from earlier stream is DDoSing Mister. No! What we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. I think that this Hello Kitty can go into the other bro. Ready? All right, we've got Lieutenant Surge's Bargain. That's an alt art. Oh, yeah. To the victor goes the spoils. We got a little Steelix. We got a little hollows over here. We got a little Lightning Sparks. We got a little Sylveon. $20 raw. And Twilight Masquerade. Ogre Pond. Here you go, Miss Six. Well, so the Lieutenant Surge is an alt art. Maybe that's good. Hey, you got a Gaifu. She would pull a Gaifu. Next up, Gordy Town. I want a Gordy. Me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. Here's Lieutenant 30th Bargain. Oh my God, that's so cool. And we'll put these hollows into like a bag like this one. At least it's a hit. Yeah, I agree. That's an improvement, Six. You're improving. Your luck is running hot now. So this card should be 80. Man, I might as well just give it a fresh sleeve. Into the other shuffle it goes. 80 is what? 16? It's a big card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There it is. That's what 16 cards looks like. Now, hold up. That says Kuromi on it. That's supposed to say Hello Kitty on it. Let's get rid of this sleeve. It's so bad looking. Oops. I will just say 80 down here. How long did you have that Hello Kitty on the table for? Not very long. Are you interested in buying it direct? It's available. Some people buy the Hello Kitties direct. Sometimes we host a break on them. A couple of them went to the vault and they've sold there. So I've just been selling these for a while. This is going to be Hello Kitty in a cup. BGS 10. $80 base value. Was curious, just hadn't seen it. Yep, just went up there the other day, and now it's going into the other bres. The other shuffles, I should say. All right, so what do the other shuffles have in them? They have cards that are not Pokemon. Good. Here we have Pichu 9. Let's get him in the 9 box where he belongs. We have a Raichu 7. Let's get him in the 9 box where he belongs. Get those cards out of my face. Zacian 40. We got Heracross for some reason. This guy's a giveaway. Come on. He's so obviously a giveaway. What do we got after that? Any orders in the queue? Yes, we have an order from Mr. Jose Trevino. 5 Poke Shuffles and a spot in the Naruto break. All right. Naruto break's going off a second time, everybody. Gonna send for the Pikachu? You certainly can. 1, 2, 3. I'll retrieve it back out of the box for you. It's a Confetti McDonald's Dragon Discovery 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so we had put 3 to the back, and then we pulled 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so you pulled Dawn. Nice snipe. Let's go find that Dawn card. It's always dark before the dawn, right? Haha, cheesy. Here's a lot of slabs in here. It is Dawn. $55 card. What are you thinking, Jose Trevino? Keep or reroll? If you're new, smash that like button. Queue is not too long. Place your orders. Mr. Powerpuff Girl's dad passed away. Yeah, I saw that, unfortunately. I did see that. Keeping it? All right, good job. Jose Trevino. He said a win's a win. There we go. I've seen people who re-roll take big losses. I've never seen a guy who just takes his original card and stows it away. I've never seen that guy take a loss. You know, when you decide to just keep the card. Now, you also don't get a mega jackpot or anything like that, but still, it's a pretty safe move. Now, you're also in this Naruto. Mr. Jose Trevino, let's find your card. There's another gym break going off, guys. The MetaZoo has 1 person in it. We need 1 more person for the MetaZoo. Now, I'm not going to add this to the breaks channel because you're both here, so I don't find it necessary. Oh, wait. This stays out. That's another Naruto pack. The Narutos, they're like in this perfect price point where a little pack split is fun. You know, we can make it even more fun if the way it really worked is that the gym game, or whatever you want to call it, decides who gets the holo. Wouldn't that be interesting? If there is a holo. Meaning, like, instead of walking away from the break kind of empty-handed, you walk away with some of the commons. That'd be cool, right? All right. It's raining men. Hallelujah. Okay. Mr. Marius picking up Ditto. Okay, so you're not going to lose the round, but you could maybe win the round if the other guy gets a card lower than 60. He gets a draw 2. Nidoran and the snake. So the snake's supposed to beat Ditto, but Ditto transforms into the snake. There you go. Next round. Ooh, Cobalion. That's a strong one. Fire Energy. Furfrou. Cobalion wins round number 2. Round number 3. Tauros. He's okay. Tauros beats Ferrothorn. All right. To Marius it goes. Wow, look at this guy. Mr. Marius, you are 6-2 right now. Marius is 6-2. He might be leading the pack for wins right now. How does that feel, Mr. Marius? All right. He's going into this MetaZoo if anyone wants to challenge him there. MetaZoo. The MetaZoo Kickstarter has a Mothman pull that goes for like $1,000 or something these days, I guess. Pretty interesting. You think there's still rabid MetaZoo collectors out there? Okay. Jose Trevino, you're in a break-even territory. All right, let's see what's in here. But did I win, though, says Mr. Guerrero. Hey, what's up, baby? Member for 63 months. That's a long time. How has it been for you? Oh, also not a holographic pack. Okay, very interesting. Orochimaru, Rock Lee, Sakura. This guy. Who's that? Here's Choji, my favorite. Hot-blooded confrontation. And Zabuza Momochi. So on the one hand, you missed Mr. Jose Trevino, but on the other hand, You didn't miss out on a holo, so it's not the end of the world. It really stings when you miss the holo, I feel. All right, next Naruto, probably hot. What's hot, baby? It's hot like your mama. I'll check back in a month. What? Okay, bye. See you later, baby. Let's get a pack of Naruto. Here it is. Third round of the Narutos. Not to be confused with Naru fingers. Haha, see, I'll be here all night. Nobody's joined the gigantic heartbreak Alakazam. You know, I do feel like the Alakazam and the Tyranitar compete with each other. Let's put him away. All right, there wasn't enough interest in Alakazam. He's going away. He's off the table now. We already have a big vintage Pokemon card. It's called the Mega Break. Shining Tyranitar for 40 bucks. You can grab this whole Shining Tyranitar. It's pretty insane. He's probably undervalued. Who's next? We got an order from. We're hitting refresh. Our mama, I'm pissed now, mister. Yeah, on got. Why are you so pissed? Mark Kaplan is next. He says he will try. Let's run that last order back. Didn't like the hit rate. 2 ninja spinners. All right, 2 ninja spinners. 2 black bolts. All right, 2 black bolts. Not too bad of a wait time right now, guys. 3 of the Heat Wave arenas. Where'd those go? Here they are. Big fan of Heat Wave. Probably ought to order some more of it, to be honest. 3 Heat Waves, 4 battle partners. Battle partners is cool. I like it. All right, 4 of those, and 2 of the Chinese Hidden Fates. We got 1, 2. Mm-hmm. 2 of the Chinese Hidden Fates, set A. Big order. Let's get it. Good luck on those pulls. That's right. So the view bounty for tonight. Let's talk about that real fast. The view bounty for tonight is 78. If we hit a total numbers of 78, 78 viewers at once, that will activate the giveaway. It's not too hard of a number. We've definitely hit much higher numbers than that. Yeah. To hit that number, all you actually have to do is stick around, because people come and go. But if people didn't come and go, if they actually just stopped and waited, we'd hit that number of 78. Here you go, Mr. Mark. We got 2 holos. 2 holos. So that's how you can affect the view count. Here's Ampharos. Says we got 18 likes. Thanks for the likes. View count is rigged against us. It might be a little bit rigged. Oh, I love this Misty's Gyarados. Look at that card. That's nice. Heat Wave Arena, everybody. It's a good set. Here's the bird. Rapidash. Ta-da. We got the bird. Cold. Double or something like that. God, that's such a bad Pokemon. Here's Volcanion. And a cold one. All right. Nice and cold. The Chinese Umbreon GX Shiny you pulled me got a 10. Woo! All right. You pulled it out of this Chinese set, right? That one right there? That was a long time ago. He didn't pull that recently. But it shows you what you can pull out of there. I'm sure we're on a completely different box of it at this point. But yeah, there's some pretty good pulls in that set. That's why I'm recommending people give it a try. Now, here goes. Look at that. Umbreon GX right there, like magic. And a little gastropod. There you go. Yep, this set is here. It was about a year ago. It was about 1 year ago that he pulled the shiny Umbreon. Now, we don't sell too many of these, Chinese Hidden Fate packs. They don't sell very often. It's a good set though, because it doesn't just include Hidden Fates. It includes a couple other sets that are also pretty good. All right, Mark Kaplan, pretty good. So this is a fresh gym break on Naruto. We need 2 people for this. And this MetaZoo only needs 1 person. If you're wanting a gym break tonight, I'm also all ears if you guys, that's right, I have nothing but ears. I'm all ears if you guys want me to start another gym break on an expensive booster. Actually, you know, it'd be fun to do a Doctor Who pack because we don't get to see those open very often. I like seeing those get open because they're a bit of an odd one. All right, good. Chris Gonzalez is here. He says he wants 2 Pokey Shuffles. Chris Gonzalez. Yeah, Chinese Hidden Fates is great. Love it. The Japanese Gold Zard is insanely priced. The recent one from the 100 start deck, that makes sense because the start decks were really expensive and it seemed really hard to pull a Charizard out of it. 2 cold ones, Mr. Chris Gonzalez. That was 2 cold ones. All right, I think we can delete all of these. Oscar Resendez is here. He says he wants the Pika 9. Where we just put him. I just had him. Here he is. All right. It's Confetti Pikachu, Oscar Resendez. You need to be all eyes, mister, not all ears. I'm all eyeballs. Like a biblically accurate painting of an angel. Pristine melt hand. This lovely Doug Trio, which is on consignment for TRG, for Mr. Team Rocket Grunt. Oh, this keeps getting stuck. It's showing 4 viewers again. Oh my God, it's saying we have 15 viewers. We know that's not accurate. Sign in, guys. Who's here? Here's the Radiant Charizard break. It's a 1 in 8 break, and we've already got 1 person in it, and we need 7 more. Sign in. 4 viewers. Yeah, you might be right. The likes might be shot tonight. I tell you guys what though, if the view count can't be trusted, we'll do a likes bounty. Let's get to 35 likes to activate the bounty. Okay, guys, smash that like button. We'll do that because the views are rigged tonight. What a terrible thing. All right, the queue is open. Let's see what we got to work on here. I got a couple regrade slabs to work on. Says crack this one and send to CGC. What do you guys think of that? That's a nice holographic Gengar. 35 likes for a giveaway tonight. That's right. So it'll be a likes bounty instead of a views bounty. Claims we have 12 views. That is not accurate. Man, this must have been so close to a 10. They must have really been considering it. I mean, it's quite clean. Has me wanting to just send it back into PSA. It's so literally very close. Off to CGC goes. Nice vintage Ninetales. I guess. All right. This is a risky business, but we got to give it the old try, you know. If CGC gives this a Gem 10, it's going to be much better than a PSA 9. And you never know. Maybe they go crazy and give it a Pristine, which I don't think they would. But it might have a shot at a Gem 10. And that's a pretty good upgrade. And I think it's so borderline, it could actually get it. I think it's really disappointing they didn't just give it a 10. But I guess grading standard has to be pretty strict. All right, good. There's a lot of risk in what we're doing here. Okay. All right. Good. Went in nice and easy. We better take a picture of this one. This side was easier than most. Well, you know, I'm just really good at cracking them too. Some of them are harder. That's the truth. Some of them are harder to crack. Back to the regrades channel. Okay, this was going to say, was PSA 9 going to CGC, has light white dot on bottom back. Obviously, I wouldn't crack it if I didn't think it was a borderline card. It does feel like a borderline. And we want to see him have a chance to turn into maybe like a week 10 if possible. I paid a lot of money to get this Gengar, and I was so disappointed with the grade. How much for a box of Inferno X? Inferno X Korean or Inferno X Japanese? Either way, that's a really coveted product, and I don't see it having some kind of special discount if that's what you're looking for. That's some top quality product. That's what everybody wants to open, and yeah. So there's not like a super good bonus if you're opening a whole box on that one. Do you have any Stormfront packs? Maybe. Can't remember actually. I think I got like a Stormfront booster box. All right. Look at all these regrades. Regrade. This is a regrade. I guess I want to go to CGC. Charizard and Gengar. It's an expensive regrade. It's a lot of slabs we cracked recently, huh? All right. Let's not touch it too much. Menu and prices in description. There's no price drop on a box of this product. The Japanese Inferno X is so good that we could literally do a price check on it right now, and I bet you it could be underpriced. Let's take a quick look, actually. So, Inferno X. Let's take a look. Inferno X, Japanese, booster box. It's that good, right? It's I don't remember the last time we repriced it. Let's say Inferno X Pokemon Japanese booster box. All right, there we go. What is this music? This music's terrible. Let me reset this music. All right. Weird. Let me click on this. So I guess we will check over here then. All right, so we'll search over here instead. Inferno X booster box Japanese. Of course, our boxes come straight out of a sealed case. We've got that's the best possible scenario, right? Because there's a lot of Japanese scammers out there these days. A lot of them. They're all over the place. Let's see. So here's one that looks really cheap. What's up with that? I don't trust it. Okay. And then these are all much more similar in price to each other. Yeah, there's a weirdly cheap one. I don't like the way that is. Divided by 12, divided by 30. Yeah. Right here it's looking like I should consider raising the price. Let me go to this based on the fact that ours comes from a sealed case. But okay, so here's another indicator. Let's try this. Oh yeah, so our price is too low. So let's see how much of this is left. Let me try some other indicators. All right. This guy doesn't even have it. It's interesting to know. And this guy doesn't have it. So I have it, and two of my competitors do not. All right. So I'm almost done. We are actually going to receive an update on this product because the price is off. Why are there so many like man, there's all this product from China and it's all really underpriced and it just makes you immediately think how many freaking scammers are there out there? There must be so many scammers at this point. Like this is really confusing. It depends on how you stock this, I guess. Like, you know, if you want to go with somebody who seems to be more reputable, the price is higher. But there's like a gazillion cheaper ones, and they're like most of them are from China, and it just looks really, really not so good. But so here's a seller who sold a whole bunch of them, so he's got to be legit, right? divided by 30. According to this, I should consider raising my price to $11.50 for Inferno X. Really? Wow. So I'm going to do that. We're raising it to 11, not to 11.50. Crazy. All right. There's going to be a price update on that. I see that they give you a series of Pokemon related questions in Japan how to buy product like can you name 3 Gen 6 dragon types? Whoa, that's tough. Gen 3 dragon types. Oh, it's not that tough. Latios, Latios, Rayquaza. Never mind. That's an easy question. It sounds tough at first, but when you actually think about it for a second, you go, oh, wait. All right, so Inferno X is updated. Inferno X. People want Charizard. What a surprise. It's not really that surprising at all, actually. Mega Charizard. There it is. We have unweighed. Didn't meant any harm by asking price or my comment. Just want to know, obviously, you have your packs priced accordingly. Oh, you didn't cause any harm. You actually got me to double check it because it's been a while since we looked up, how to restock those. Hopefully they reprint all that stuff. All right, let's get some pokey crack going. I'm going to crack this Mew, and then I'm going to look around for an additional gym break. That's a fresh gym break. We need one person in the MetaZoo. MetaZoo's ready to go off. So this one's marked for cracking. Crack-a-lackin'. Ow. Ow. Damn, that's really strong encapsulation. Get this side. Good. Okay, we're going to get this side. Good. We're going to get this side. All right. Good. Leaving my ghost chair here. No one move it, please. Yes, my ghost chair is here. That means I'm in line. In fact, it means I'm in the front of the line. So please respect the ghost chair rule that says if you have a ghost chair, you're in the front of the line. And you don't actually have to spend time there, but you got to respect the chair. The chair's holding my spot. The chair's a paid actor. He's holding my spot. All right. I think that this Mew should actually be saved for tag. It's a bad quality Mew. So that's going to say T for tag. We'll wait for tag to open back up, see what they're doing when they open back up. Oh, tag makes me sad. You know they're going to overcharge. Tag is 100% going to overcharge when they open back up. Okay, both of these Mews can go to tag. All right. Good. The queue is open if you guys want to open anything. All right, put that there. How about we get some fresh slabs up on the table for a second here? Oh, this box is empty. Is that right? The box is empty? Whoa. Oh, man, we are so running out of slabs. We need a slab return desperately. We desperately need a slab return. We are truly going to run out. I can't believe I'm saying that, but despite all the submissions we've done, we are going to run out of slabs. And a lot of it, I think, has to do with the fact that we have a ton of them just stuck. They're like fried. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 orders at tag right now. And we're just not going to get them back. When are they going to get it done? Oh, man, that's terrible. All right. That's no good at all. And then, of course, the PSA submissions aren't moving either. Man, that is no good. And, man, this room is so warm. The AC is not kicking on. I wish it would. Let's grab these. We took these off the table. I guess we're not going to send any more slabs off to the vault or whatever. Vault-to-Lamb, Shuppet. So these are going to stay with us because we are so low right now. Let's see what we got here. Can we do a gym battle on a rocket spot? Yes, sir. We can do that. So he's offering to do a gym battle on a rocket spot. Just send in for it. We did that in the past, remember? So it would be half of this, which is $27 for half of a Team Rocket spot for gym break. All right, this says send to CGC. It's Slowpoke First Edition. Yeah, this one's real close. It's doesn't have quite a dot, but it almost has something on the top corner. Ooh, I don't know. Is it worth the effort? $27 for a Team Rocket pack spot. Don't forget, in job application, add didn't wait, pokey restock, and in corner, as he, him pronouns, you will get a phone interview. What? What are you talking about? This says, put this in the live customs, huh? Snorlax. How did this one fail? Oh, yeah, this one's a 9. That's truly a 9, the Snorlax. And I was telling myself to save it for the live customs because I thought he was a cool card that would look real nice in the live customs. Well, we have him now. Let's see what he's going for. I guess I never put him in there. Probably worth that more now. XY179. Ready? Oh my God. He couldn't go into the live customs now. He's more expensive. 6 people watching, $400. What? That's 400? I guess we could save him as a break now, I guess. Weird. They got 2 of those. Apparently, just waiting on the card was the move. Yeah. Okay. That's a lot of off centering. Let's take a look at this one. Oh, that one's pretty this one's a little bit better than the other one, but I can see why I got a 9 as well. So there was nothing wrong with this one. This one didn't need. Oh, that's a big sleeve. I hate doing that. I hate grabbing a big sleeve by accident. So there was nothing wrong with this card at all. It wasn't being set to be cracked. It was just set aside for being a live custom. See? So we're going to set this aside to be future breaks now. 9 breaks. Breaks where the pack is a PSA 9. They're incoming, guys. So keep an eye out for that, okay? All right, what do we have here? We have an order from Mr. Marius Larson, 1 rocket spot. Marius jumped right into that when you mentioned it. Whoa. All right. Will Marius have more luck, I wonder? Where'd your card go? Oh, it's in the MetaZoo, isn't it? Gym breaks going off tonight. Lots of them. So we'll put this in the front of the pack. Here it is. And now, who's next? Let's hit refresh on the website. We have a Chris Gonzalez order. Chris Gonzalez says he wants 2 Poke Shuffles. All right, good luck in the Poke Shuffles. You think criminals are money laundering with black? Who knows? Who knows? I heard people say that. I'm like, all right, prove it. If you can't prove it, then you're just speculating. 2 cold ones. 2 cold ones, Chris Gonzalez, 2 cold Poke Shuffles. Sorry, man. Now we have Mark Kaplan, and he says 4 battle partner, 2 ninja, and 3 Koreans. All right, you got it. You're gonna get some Koreans for sure. Enayo, Sumida. How many of these black bolts? 3 of them. 1, 2, and a 3. Ooh. 2 ninja spinners. And 4 battle partners. Okay. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Boop. Do you think South Korea and North Korea will ever reunify? I think it basically has to happen. Like, maybe not in the next 100 years, or maybe not in the next 20 years. But I mean, one day they're going to reunite, right? Like, it's such a good idea. Here goes. I'm just glad I got in 5 years ago. Best financial decision I ever made. A lot of people are feeling that way, and I think it's driving a lot more sales, don't you think? You know, people are looking at it like, oh, this is an investment, actually. So that's a dangerous area to be in. They call it investors selling to investors. Going, oh, wow, look how expensive this is. That's why people start saying stuff like there's a bubble, blah, 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 blah. On the other hand, Pokemon kind of crashed in 2023, 2024, and then just built itself back up. So it's really hard to tell what's what. We are. Nowadays, I look at the prices of PSA 10s and go, well, I guess I'm not buying any 10s. I've been looking at 9s. How about you guys? Did you get Chaos Rising ETB? I really like the promo. No, I did not. I got the Chaos Rising booster box. I got a decent chunk of that ordered, and we're waiting for that to arrive. Whirlipede, I think it's called Whirlipede, right? I'm not very good at black white. Here's Genesect. All right, and here's wow, all the hits were in the last 3 packs. Lilligant. That's pretty weird. All the hits right at the end. All right, very good. That's for Mark Kaplan. That's sort of you know, 90% of gamblers quit right before the big hit. It's kind of like that scenario. You kept going. I love nines, especially when they look as good as tens and just had a harsh grader. All right, there it goes. Thank you, Mr. Mark. What's next? I think Mark says he wants a round of shipping, actually. He says, have a slab in addition to my bags. Mark Kaplan, round of shipping. You got it, baby. Mark, Mark, Mark. Any more? And Mr. Mark. Oh, yeah, you had plenty. You had plenty. Well, now there's boxes like empty. We got like an empty box. Here, your box will sit on, or this box will sit on top now because it's so nice and light. And the other one can go be the heavy box. So what I want to do is grab something that can fit all your cards. How about this Rift Bound box? We're going to be sending this to Miss Alexis, but she's not going to be in until Friday. And we're on Monday. So you got a little wait time there, Mr. Mark. There it is. It all fits into one box. Very good. All right. Did I just get a, okay. I got a text. So we're reloading the shipping software so that it can get like the latest price of things. It says we have 20 viewers. So we're getting screwed over by the YouTube watch count. Those numbers are not accurate. Earlier in the stream, it said we had 2 people watching, and then a whole bunch of people proved that there was way more than 2 people watching in chat. So that's just so bad looking, man. All right, Mark Kaplan. Mark, am I shipping you for the first time? This is a first time shipping for Mark? Damn. I like it. All right. Damn, Mark. First time buyer, Mr. Mark. Let me grab his email. Okay, got your email. All right, and then let's weigh this. Yep. All right, good. Let's hit print postage so it updates the label to format it. And now we're just waiting on a price. And while it's doing that, it's Tuesday, isn't it, mister? Should I buy Japanese 10s or English 9s? Oh, look at that. It got the label right away. That's good. It's Monday night. Dude, we're getting so much lightning out here. It's storming cats and dogs. It's been raining like 24 hours where I live. We're under flood watch. No. All right. Let's get this put over here. I know something we can do if we get really desperate, like if we get low on slabs, we can price up my blue CGC slabs. What do you guys think of that? Here's Pikachu for 400. Here's Charizard for 160. I think we're going to do Charizard 175. And then we're just going to pop them up there into the live customs. Because who doesn't want to pull Charizard out of the lives? And if they don't like it, they can re-roll it, and then he'll be worth 150. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. All right, there goes. So you're watching the live custom get stuffed like your mama, like your daddy stuffs your mama. We're gonna say number 11, Charizard. Who doesn't want to see that popping out? Charizard P8. Okay, put that there, and then let's grab a couple of these. New Charizard? That's Chewizard. 2, 3, 4, 5, oops, 6, and 7. So that's why when you open up live customs, sometimes you get a gold pack because we needed like a total of 8 packs to get one Charizard in there. Of course, there are 7 or whatever it is. Here it is. Now he's in. That's what it looks like when we stock up the live customs. Looks like that. That Pikachu's cool. I like him a lot. What do we got now? What's going on now? Sergio Espinoza, he says he's jumping into the Rocket Battle. Oh, yeah. Rocket Battle time. Okay, we pull this Marius card back out. And we're going to go grab the Sergio card. So this is really interesting. What they've decided to do is a gym break for a spot in the Rocket Pack, which is so expensive these days, we're going to allow it. This is Sergio L12. It's Marius versus Sergio. Whoever wins the game, the battle, will get a rocket spot. Good luck. You think it could get a 9? Yeah, potentially, if you were to regrade it. I'm not going to do it, though, because an 8 and a 9 are so close. Not really worth it. All right. Going from an 8 to a 9, probably just not worth it. It would have to have a shot at maybe a weak shot, but it would have to have a shot at a 10, which I looked at it, and I don't think it has a shot at a 10. All right, we got Jinx, and we got Eevee. Round number 1, Marius. Dang, it's like rigged for Marius. Here's Psyduck. Okay, I spoke too soon. Oh, it's a tie. You didn't even lose that round, Marius. All right. No, you're definitely going to lose now. There's Phoebos versus Sylveon. And Nidoran. Oh, my gosh, you might actually lose. Oh, my God, you did lose. I spoke too soon. All right, it was actually rigged for Sergio. Congratulations, Sergio. You're taking a spot in the Rocket Split. I said that too soon. I'm sorry about that, Marius. I jinxed it. There's like a gap between these two. Can I fit a little wiggly line in between? All right. That doesn't look that good. And then over here, let's get a win. Wait, you guys are tied on wins. I didn't notice that before. Sergio and Marius are tied on wins. And Marius just has one extra loss compared to Sergio. Ooh. Rivals. Okay, let's grab this. We're going to say L12. Okay, well, at least there's one more in the pack. Yep, that's true. It's moving. So this is now 3 out of 8. Long way to go for that Team Rocket break, but it's well worth it. All right, what we got next? Jonathan McGonigal, what's up, man? 6 of the Chinese Hidden Fates. So these are lovely. We are. And you're wanting to ship right away, or did you want to keep ordering cards over here? Because you don't have to ship right away. I think he's a new guy, everybody. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here they are. I'm such a big fan of this product. It is literally Hidden Fates, right? And I think I ought to restock it a little bit. Let's go to this over here. Assuming it's not sold out. It's about to sell out. You know why? Because I'm going to sell it out. And we're done. All right, we get a nice fat restock on this Hidden Fate product. It's just so good. Here we go. And what was the price on this again? The price on this was, we're scrolling back up. Hidden Fate's $9. Now, wait a second. You ordered 6 of them. 9 times 6 does not equal 35. So your math is off. So these are $9 each. Mr. Jonathan, you might have been off on that. How many did you really want? You also asked for shipping. So shipping is $9 as well. So, Mr. Jonathan, let's see. You sent 35. I'll write it down on a card for you real fast. I've ordered for a while, but took a break. Oh, I see, I see, I see. Nice. I'll send. So let's talk about what you have, Jonathan. McGonagall. You currently have $35. So that's what you have. You have 35. Now, as you know, shipping would be $9 of that. And so that would leave you with what, 26? 26 is enough for just about 3 packs. I'd probably do 3 for you if you wanted. You missed him being sassy with you earlier. Who was being sassy? Keep the bag. Let's see. Da, 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 da. All right. So you get these wonderful packs right here. And we're jumping over here. Question about this item. Ooh, what's the question? Oh, it's like an automatic message you get when you buy it. Sending the difference. Sounds good. Okay. You do that. I'm going to take a look at the queue real fast, see what else is going on in the queue. We're going to hit refresh. So in the queue, we have a Mr. Chris Gonzalez, and he wants 1 Pokey Shuffle. Should we service that? Let's service that real quick. It's 1 Pokey Shuffle. We should be done with it quite fast. Mr. Chris, he's looking for the 1 card snipe. It is possible for that to happen. Unlikely, but definitely possible. Let's see what you get. Flipping this over. Oh, we actually got it. Old Maid Snorlax. So unlikely for that to happen, but it really can happen. Old Maid Snorlax. Here it is. All right, what are we thinking with this one? Do we keep the Snorlax or do we re-roll it? What do you think, Chris? Are we keeping this one? That's a nice one. Yeah, I suspect he will want to keep it because he is Snorlax after all. Do 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 do. Scooby doo 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 be dum. What are you thinking, Chris? All right, we're jumping back over here. Snorlax, one of my favorite Pokemons. I will keep it. All right, you got it. You got it. Good. Ta-da. I'm tempted to buy back this Duck Trio just to have more slabs. All right, so we're jumping in here. Mr. Jonathan, for the difference, hold shipping. Ah, okay, you got it. So it's going to be 35 plus 19, total of 54. Send this here. And 54 divided by 6 is $9. Let's get it. What you got? He wants 6 of these guys. Are you ready? I'm ready for some hits. I like this order. Gives people a chance to see what's in here. All right. But here's an interesting thought. He can get 6 packs of that or 1 spot in the rocket break. Let's see what does better. Oh, already look at that. Shiny Rowlet. Not bad. Okay, we got Shiny Rowlet. We got this Porygon Z. The Z dimension. Nice looking Raichu. Ah, I miss Sun and Moon era, guys. It's been a while. It's been a while. We got Sil Valley. Oh, yeah. Here's Machamp. Oh, okay. And here's, Tapu Koko GX. One more pack. Belusi. Oh, yeah. Very nice, man. Ooh. Do, do, do. So that's what 6 packs look like. And he's got kind of 2 hits here. Shiny Rowlet and Tapu Koko. And then you got a plethora, a cornucopia of hollows. And some of them look quite nice. Okay, let's create a bag. I was just watching something about the Federal Reserve. It's insane how much cheaper things used to be. Yes, sir. Yep. Yep. The government prints money and reduces the value of the currency. and then it loans it out to people with the low interest rate, and it's an artificially low interest rate, and this causes inflation. And then big rich people who are very good with money, they take that loan and they build maybe like a corporate building, and then they put people to work, and then the government is happy because they collect taxes on all those workers. We are. So the government's really incentivized to keep handing out that cheap money to rich, smart people. But for you, a regular guy, the value of your wages don't keep up with the inflation over time. So you never really get rich. What the person who did get rich was the person who had the loan, because the value of the loan, as inflation goes up, $1 million loan doesn't feel like that much money anymore. Like it cuts in half over time. Pretty interesting. And then at the same time, if you pull out that big loan and you're paying 3 or 4% interest, but the asset you purchased is going up in value at 7 to 15%, well, then it's like you borrowed money to buy this thing that's outperforming the cost of the interest. So that's how it works. It's the government's way of incentivizing you to gamble. They want you to gamble on enterprise. They say, we want you to go out and gamble on opening a business. We'll give you cheap money if you do it. Cheap, subsidized, low interest money. Because if only the private market decided the interest rates would probably be much higher. But the government's offering cheap interest rates that it will loan out constantly. Taking this as an example, would the pack break be better? Uh, that's a good question. Actually, it's hard to say because the rally was kind of decent. So was the Tapu Koko. Mister, buy my consignment slot for store credit. I'll do less percentage. I don't remember what you had. What did you have, Tyler? Just got some Riftbound. Hey, what's up, Tones? Nice to see you again. I'm one of those workers. I contribute to the ecosystem. Very nice. All right. So the winners in our economy really are giant corporations or extremely wealthy individuals who are good at investing into businesses or expanding businesses or starting businesses. Businesses that require big, expensive loans. Those are the winners in our society. The losers is anyone who just has a regular job where you get paid hourly. You lose. There's no way for you to ever catch up to the guy who's borrowing money for expansion. $200. You think this is incorrect now? You think this is 300 yet? Because the Mimikyu was 300. Are you on live chat? I think I am. Let me go ahead and get to top chat, okay? I'll get to top, or not. Here we go. All messages. Ta-da! All right. I don't see any extra messages, though. What do we got now? We got an order from Team Rocket Grunt. Let me get 8 Poke Shuffles. The American dream today is to open up a Cars for Kids program, a charity program, and an NGO. That's the dream, everybody. 1, 2, 3. The dream is to open up a healthcare, a daycare center, a hospice center. You got to think straight, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's talk about how you really get rich these days. It's not by working a job. Come on, bro. Let's go open up a hospice. Oh, that's 4 cold ones. Team Rocket Grunt. I'm sorry, man. That's a cold round. Rough. All right. I didn't like that. Let's see. Let's jump back over here. What would this be if it was 75%, huh? It's 41. Would you do I don't know. Would you do 35 for this, Mr. T Rocket Grunt? That's kind of low. I kind of don't want to buy it back for 40. I've had like 30 cold shuffles. It's not fun anymore. Listening to a SF Giants games on the radio, that Cars for Kids commercial used to piss me off. I don't feel guilty. Yeah, I guess I didn't really run into that one myself. I didn't hear that one. I'm in Missouri, so maybe they just didn't play it over here. But I heard about that scandal. It's a pretty interesting scandal, because it's so politically relevant right now. All right. I'm gonna hit refresh on the website. I'm down for 35 and pull me some shuffles. All right, so this sells back to me for 35. And you want 7 pokey shuffles, is that right? the funny part is we're just going to stick this right back in the Poke Shuffle. It's just holographic Duck Trio, really. But it's Team Rocket's Duck Trio. What's the scandal? It turned out there was this charity called Cars for Kids, but it wasn't really doing what it claimed to do. It was like false advertising. It didn't really help kids out that much. The money went instead to like a Jewish community in like New Jersey or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You can look it up. It's all over the news right now. All right. Let's go say number 083. Doug Trio T10. Okay. Oops. All right. We'll set this over here. That Oliviera guy must feel pretty satisfied, or what's the word really? Justified? I don't know. There's a word with an R that I can't think of. Vindicated? Vindicated is the word. All right. We got 1, 2, 3. 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here you are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, right at the end. Old Maid to Dene. 35. Ooh. That sounds like it's exactly the amount you just rolled. Rectified. I am rectified. That's a Nine Inch Nails lyric from the song. Which song is it? Is it Ring Finger or something? I can't remember. Inside you. Here we are. Oh, what are we thinking here? Reroll? Ta-da! Listening to SF Game. It was just an Old Maid Slowpoke. Reroll. All right, you going back in for 30? Very good. 30 it is. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The Dene. Old Maid. Wait, I didn't need to write this card up. We already had one. I am justified. Okay, here's the reroll for 6 spots. These are the Poke Shuffles. They're $5 each. If you don't like what you got, you can re-roll them for about 90% of their value. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is for Team Rocket Grunt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No! Oh, man. That burns so bad. Let's see what number 7 would have been. Let's see what number 7 would have been. Oh, you're you're off by 1. Oh, man, that burns. All right. I'm going to give you a free one, okay? Here's what I'll do for you, man. Ready? Where are the free ones? Yeah, obviously, it's much more fun when you're hitting the hits. You're so close. I'm going to put you in the giveaway tonight. So you got an automatic spot in here. We'll put you into the second chance slab. Okay. All right. That's too bad, man. You were 1 away from the next one. Can you believe that? Quite close. Second chance. And I'll give you a cute little poker card if you want. That's life, man. He's a cute little Mickey Mouse. That's probably one of the better ones. What do you guys think of that? Let me have a quick cough. All right. We got you a nice little Mickey Mouse. Boy, my throat is so bad these days. Good. Good. We need one person in the Meadows and it goes off. We have Anthony Paniagua. Hey, what's up, Anthony? He says 10 of the Rift Bounds unleashed. We have a lot of Rift Bound unleashed. I'm going to have to get some fresh boxes of it. Okay. So yeah, empty box here now. What's in the second chance slab? $100 slab. I thought we picked one out, but now I'm questioning if we did. Okay, let me go get this box. I have to go find it. Oh yeah. And what are these? Are these more cracket slabs? I bet they are. Can you show what's in my bag? I don't know what's in it. Yeah. You can do that real fast. It was your turn. Team Rocket Grunt. Some Hollows. Gengar, Venusaur, Pikachu, Zekrom. This nice Mickey Mouse now. Some of these guys, Giraffe Rig. A little Ghastly there, Oshawott. Luigi from NHCC. A little bonus from NHCC. All right. Those little bonuses add up a little bit, don't you think? So here's a couple more of these slabs we're considering crossing. Look, Pop Zero Regrade, Crack CGC, this Poker Charizard, CGC, upgrade the slab, Misty's Tears. Oh, wow. Here's Polyrath. Wow, that looks so cool. This is a Hollow Bleed. Wailord. I think the reason I wanted to crack that one is because it's actually such a bizarre, it's like an error card. All right. A lot of random poker cards. Must lose a lot. You do get bonus poker cards when you miss. Sometimes you get those from the live customs as well, and they're there on purpose because they help you potentially make some of your money back, especially if you bother grading them because they're all packed fresh, and it means that he's opened a lot of packs over time. That doesn't necessarily mean he went negative because he actually kept a lot of his best pulls. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10. All right, that's 10 packs for our friend, Mr. Anthony. Thanks, Anthony. All right. Let's get it. Let's get some hot packs open. This is Riftbound, and I'm not going to lie. We've been selling a lot of Riftbound, guys. This has been a popular product. Very popular. We're at 35 likes. Thanks for smashing that like button, everybody. We're not going off a view bounty tonight because the views seem to be affected by some sort of glitch right now. So we're going off of likes tonight. It's a likes bounty. And we hit our 35 likes, so we're ready for the giveaway. You guys got it done nice and early, too. It's impressive. Any slabs in the region of 2,000 to 3,000 you'd feel are great value to pick up? Oh, yeah, I've just got a list waiting around for you. We are. I could show you all the cards I recently bought, but then you know all my secrets. You don't want to know my secrets, do you? Ooh, what are Cardconomist secrets? You want to know all my secrets? Let's see what I can show you. Let's see. What did I buy most recently that you might find interesting? Okay, I'm going to show you one I just bought, guys. I bought it tonight. Ready? I bought this card right here. Burning Shadows Magikarp. $588 for a reverse hollow. Oh, man. $600 for a reverse hollow card at Pop 9. Of course, it's Burning Shadows. So we know Burning Shadows. That's a tough one. What do you think of that? I paid, here's one I bought, I think over the weekend. I bought a poker card, Clefairy, for $92. Congrats on the big win. So a little Clefairy. I like the poker cards. My wife and I like to play. Here's here's a big one I bought over the weekend. Oops. Let me jump back over here. So here we have Poker Deck Blue. I paid $1,100 for this. And then I did a very similar price for the Stadium Red as well. They're some of the only good decks left on the market at this point. So what's that? That's a bit of money. That's $2,700 or something like that. It's a lot of money. That's how I spent $2,000, $3,000. Poker cards, an interesting little magic card. Deceiver. Oh man, something about evil women is so fine, dude. So sexy. I love it when girls are evil. Yeah. All right, and we've got Clash of Giants, Dancing Grenade. Here's Raingar. Probably because my mother was a terrible person. Would you say modern PSA 9s are pointless if the raw is basically the same price? No, no, because you don't, if the market is believing that a PSA 9 is worth the same as a raw card, that's only because that's only because the market is ignorant. Here's Void Reaver. The market is ignorant because how many of those cards will actually, those raw cards, will actually grade lower than a 9, like PSA 8, PSA 7? Because the sellers are very good at hiding flaws. And then also, how many of those are actually cards that have been cracked out of slabs already and they're being resold? Or how many times is it a card where maybe it's a card that's been manipulated? Like maybe the blue edges have been painted in. So there's a lot of that, a lot of that going on, a lot of counterfeiting going on. So when a card is authenticated by PSA, there's an authentication value to it, even if you don't like the 9. All right, so let's see what we got next. I definitely view the graded 9s to be much better than a raw card. Keeper of the Hammer. Hi, mister. Now, that might not be true if you're talking about really cheap cards where there's dozens and dozens and dozens of them. Ooh, look at that. You got an embossed textured Vex. Apathetic. Ooh, nice. All right, good. I have the Dragonite Alt V from Evolving Skies at 8.5. The raw price is like double the price. Here's Bone Skewer, Wuju Master, Juju Mama Doodoo. There's a lot of 9s I have my eye on. Thanks, mister. Yeah, I mean, it's a case by case scenario sometimes, right? Like, what if you're talking about just graded common hollows or something? Well, yeah, those 9s are never going to be that good. You're talking like quality vintage cards. A 9's good. A 9's real good. So it depends on what card you're referring to. I went to bed while you were streaming, woke up, and you were streaming. What? Been done dirty by evil ladies. Yeah. Well, there's different types of evil. There's different types of evil. Like there's the girl who F's you over and breaks your heart and divorces you and takes half of your Pokemon cards that you worked very hard on and she didn't work hard on. So that's a different kind of evil. But I'm talking about like girls who just want to dress up evil and look very hot while dressed up evil. But also they're like they do a crime with you. That's sexy as hell, by the way. If a girl's so bad she would do a crime with you, like she's on your team, sexy as hell, bro. Here's Pike. Ooh, morally dubious girl, like a thief, like a spy or something. Vex Vanilla, like vanilla. I don't know. It's probably just me fantasizing stupid things. By definition, you would not want to be with an evil woman. All right, let's see. Here's Gloomist, Easkilla, and Ivern. Friend to all. All right, cool. There we have it. Mr. Anthony, thank you for the order. Do you have the Southern Island Reverse Hollow Mew Japanese? Yeah, I actually used to have like a PSA 10 of it and everything. I think I sold all that. Yeah. I think once I got the PSA 10 English, I didn't care about having the Japanese version anymore. I was like, I got the English version. Who needs the Japanese version? But I'm sure the Japanese version is super expensive too. So actually, in my closet, I should have a bunch of ungraded Southern Island cards from the Japanese sealed sets that I bought many years ago. Here's Anthony. Let's go find your bag. Ta-da! Found your bag. Mr. Fantasizing Team Rocket, Jesse, and James scenario. Partners in crime. Yeah, partners in crime is sexy as hell, bro. When someone's ready to be your partner in crime, you found a good one. If they're like, no, I'm going to tell on you, you got a lame, you got a lame girlfriend or wife. No, I'm going to tell on you. Damn, dude. How are you going to build your own government or your own kingdom if they're not ride and die? All right, so what do we got next? We have a Mr. Jonathan question. He's saying, let me see if I'm seeing this correctly. Oh, that's a nice Charizard. Is that what you're showing me? That's a nice card. And he says, I do an 80% trade. You're interested in Mega Symphonia? I don't have a lot of the Heat Wave left. I have a ton of the Mega Symphonia left. But what are you looking to trade? Oh, you're looking to trade this Charizard? I'd be down for that, but you'd have to get the card over here first. Let me respond. I over ordered Mega Symphonia. All right. Let's see. You'd have to get it over here. So once it's over here, the trade would commence. And you wouldn't be restricted to just those items. You could just give a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I've been wanting to pick up the Southern Island Mew again after I sold my BGS 9.5 English version. No, you sold the English, the 9.5. Oh, man. Time to show off my Southern Islands Mew. Where'd it go? Here it is. Oh, yeah. Holy mama. I'll do 65% store credit on my consigned Old Mate Slowpoke tag 10. I'd have to go retrieve it. That's the biggest block. I'd have to go get it. Do you understand how tough that is? That's tough as hell, bro. Unless I brought you guys with me. But I don't want to do that for security reasons. All right. It looks like the queue's open. Whoa. Oh my God. Dude, I'm telling you, it's just storming like crazy out here. Did you guys hear that? That was so loud. That definitely woke up Karis. I guarantee you she's awake right now. Karis gets so scared in the storms. She is so easy to frighten. All right. Let's see. She gets spooked, man. She's like one of those kids that hides under the sheets when it rains too hard. So we've got this card. Was that thunder? Yeah, really loud. The microphone might even be silencing some of it. It like shook the house. Here it is. Very nice. Yeah, I shook the house. It was so loud. You ever get that thunder is so loud it makes your house shake a little bit, makes your ear pops? Let's see. Grab this. Can you take us outside so we can see the storm? It's black outside. You wouldn't see anything. All right, we got this cool guy. And where's his price tag? That's Commander Cody helmet, Star Wars PSA 9. Not very expensive. If it was a 10, it'd be really expensive. But we're going to price this up, and if it doesn't sell, we can put it in the other shuffles. That's the new thing, the other shuffle. Oh, and we need to say E on the corner. That tells me it's an eBay card. So it's listed on eBay at the same time. Check the website. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, let me hit refresh. I'm betting there's a Chris Gonzalez order. There it is. 2 pokey shuffles for Chris Gonzalez. Chris, you're gonna make Team Rocky Grunt jealous if you keep sniping. So you can't keep getting away with it. All right. What we got here? 1, 2, 3. At 1, 2. That's 2 pokey shuffles for Mr. Chris Gonzalez. Oh my God, he totally snipes again. That's unreal. You can't be doing that. Ionis Wattrell, let's go find it. He's got a system, guys. This strategy always works with the roulette table. Here it is. Ionis Wattrell. Oh, it's a big one, too. $55 card. What are you thinking? Keep or re-roll? That's a big one. Wow, he pulled the $50 Snorlax for $5 and then the Ionis Wattrell for $10. He says, oh, yeah. Careful because you get too much fun with these and you'll want to open more and more of them. It's a very dangerous feeling. What do we have here down in the consign box? Anything interesting here? Oh, there's a Pikachu. Who's that? Albert Austin Pikachu. Lumpy Space Lumpy Space Princess, huh? That is such a funny card. How about this box of Playboy bunnies, huh? Ooh. Just realized the Southern Island Mew I sold to a guy gold sold for 5.2 thousand. Let me guess, you sold it a little while back and you didn't get that much for it. Keep? Okay, he's saying keep. Chris Gonzalez, congratulations. Okay. Is that Playboy box for sale? I'm tempted to have it be for sale for the whole box so that we can see a whole box of it get opened. Would you guys like that? Would that be cool? All right. We have a variety of box breaks too. I hope you guys consider joining them like this uh, Pokemon Astro Radiance box break. I'd love to see that go off. $40 buy-in on that, but also one piece in the Final Fantasy box. I sold it a lot less. Lol, yes. I needed the cash and the time. I wasn't thinking about appreciation. Got some Spirit Forge. All right, let's get some Spirit Forged and open it up, guys. Let's see what we're talking about. So he wants, clicking on this, Riftbound Spirit Forge, 7 packs. I think we did a restock on these because they've sold out so fast again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm telling you guys, I've sold like 9 boxes of Riftbound Spirit Forged, and we only just got it. I haven't sold 9. I think I've sold like 7 boxes. That's not bad for a set that we've never really sold before. It's not like a specialty on this channel. Snipping this. Don't think I'm lucky. I've spent 80 on Poke Shuffle before and gotten absolutely nothing. Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe these 2 big hits tonight get you back to even or something. Let's rotate this. Look at that Meowth. He's so cute. We've got Trinity Force, Vex, On the Hunt. I wish I understood like what's rare in here because I know each pack gives like 3 hollows. We've got Piercing Light, Sacred Cheers, Luchin, and he's a textured card. All right, so he's a higher rarity. Love the Poke Shuffles. Oh, yeah, they're fun. We've got Jace and Glorious Executioner. See, I feel like Jace is more interesting because he's an actual like character. But here's Legend Draven. Oh, what's this? We've got Bard and Battle Mistress. Oh, so far nothing. Oh, did you see that? My lights blinked. I wonder if we're gonna lose power at some point. It's still raining out there. Here's Aphelios and Jax. Yeah, power could cut out as possible. Not likely. Oh, did you hear that? Damn, dude. Here's the Ready to Drink, Akshan, and Void Rush. Ooh, Void Rush. Okay. Signature Spell, Void Rush. And then finally, we have Blood Money, Rel, and Jay Medarda. Mister, I'm scared. I'm scared, guys. It's too loud outside. I think it's going to be a big bad thing. I think the wind's going to blow my house over like the big bad wolf. Oh, you got backup power? No. I probably should. All right, what we got? Lovely, lovely, lovely. We actually had the power go out in one of the coldest days of the year this winter, and it was out for like 8 hours, and we were freezing to death at some point. It was so bad. I mean, it was like man, it was like 3 degrees outside or something. It was so bad. Our big concern was that we didn't think we were going to die or anything, but the car was actually pretty frozen too. It was all covered in ice and snow, and it was pitch black outside, and so everything was icy. So it's not like we didn't want to climb in our car and drive away to some place that might be warm, but also we were scared our pipes were going to burst and flood our basement or some crap like that. So we were like, "Uh-oh." It was kind of nerve-wracking. Then we huddled under the blankets together, and 8 hours later, the power came back up. Happened in the middle of the night, pitch black, like 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning. Didn't come up till like way later. It was like 10 or 11 or something. It was a big problem because I thought, well, we're going to miss the stream. It was so cold. The house got down to like 40 degrees or something, where in the little room that we were in, it was so freaking cold. All right. The temperature was dropping fast. Very good. Thank you, Mr. Anthony. Appreciate it, man. All right. So the queue is open. Let's put this mouth up in the Pokey Shuffles now. That's right. We need new cards in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's the Meowth. All right. We're going to say Old Maid. T10. We're running through these slabs so fast. Boop. We're going to have to start putting booster packs in the Pokey Shuffle at some point. I've had to do that before a long time ago in the past. So, did you guys know this is a fresh round of the Naruto gym break? But this one actually contains Mr. Marius in it. So, he's waiting on one person to join him. Even if you don't know this product, it could be fun to just work on your scorecard, take a shot at something. The top pull in this set goes for like $1,000 or something like that. So you kind of understand the odds a little more. That's Kickstarter MetaZoo. Man, I'm just fighting having an itchy throat the whole night. It's crazy, man. I wonder if I'm ever gonna stop coughing. Okay, so we are in the rotation for the Z box now. You guys ready? I'm gonna start grabbing the V slabs. Already. Look at all these. Oh, that's nice. The Z slab box has a couple more slabs in it than the M box had. We got Sand Slash. We got the Fox. What's crazy is these are all the slabs that haven't sold after a rotation or two even. And so we're whittling down to whatever's left. It's not like, the top cards like Charizard and Gengar that tend to come back, but we're out of slabs, man. It's so crazy. And we're not close to getting any new ones. I did not anticipate this. I got to get a CGC submission out ASAP. It has to happen. We have to get one out right away. We might do an SGC submission. Yuck. SGC, ew. But you know what? SGC is pretty fast usually. They are. And they grade their cards pretty tough as well. Maybe we can grade cards that make especially good sense to have graded with SGC. Maybe like vintage tops cards or something like that. Like we got Sonic, we got vintage Mario. But we got to have something happening, man. We got to have some cards getting graded and getting back to us because we are in trouble if we don't get some cards in right away. Every day we run through a number of slabs. We are. Good thing Mr. Ivan Rodriguez isn't here because that guy was a legend. He was buying up all the cheap slabs. He'd buy those real fast. But he's taking a little break, I think. So, and as a result, at least we have a couple more. Ooh, that one's on eBay. Look at that Simba. Shelmet. All the nines for Ivan. I miss Ivan. Hope all is well. I do too. I hope all is well with Ivan. I think he'll come back. Soon I can spend money is the side of the chase. Mr. Ivan's fighting illness right now, if you guys didn't know that. So here's Raikou. So he's focused on that right now. Look at that Raikou. Wow, this card looks really nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So he's just going to go straight up in the box. Not going to wait too long on this one. 030 Raikou T10. Did you hear Prismatic Evolutions is ending print run next year? You think he'll send everyone into a frenzy? Next year? You mean like they're still doing it this year? Like are they scheduled to do another print run or two? Because that'd be nice. All right, there we go. Let's start working on this giveaway real fast. Since you guys got us to the 39 likes, thank you everyone. So the keyword is TCC for this giveaway. Type in TCC to join this giveaway, all right? Tonight's the view count was like glitched, so we're not going off of views. Hey, look at this one, guys. Here's a PSA 9 Aerodactyl Prism. That one's basically ready for slab away. Here's Psyduck for $55. Here's, so you might have missed this in the daytime stream. Perfect 10 Final Fantasy Ariana Full Art. Pretty cool. Here's Larvitar 10 Black Deck Kit. And here's, oh yes, our Error Snorlax. That's what that is. It's an Error Snorlax. He said he will give me a book. What? I want a book. Where are we? We have an Andrew Martin order. He says 6 of the Paldea Evolve. I restocked that recently because I consider it such a good set. It's got the Magikarp in it, so of course we have to have some. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here they are. All right. That's not cheap at all, guys. He's doing $114, 6 Paldea Evolved. It's also not a new set anymore. This set's probably like a year or two old at this point, right? 2023. So you're looking at a 3-year-old Pokemon set now. This is 3 years old, if you can believe it. 3 years old, everybody. All right, good luck. So time's flying. Sun and Moon's getting old. XY's getting old. And even Scarlet Violet is getting old. Like what? Time moves too fast, man. Yeah, I know what you mean. Sure. All right. Yo. I saw Miss Quip. That's my waifu. She's working on her YouTube or her Instagram or something. She's like recording videos. She's really motivated to work on those things right now. It is. Here's Lokix, Sebla, Heaviyama. Here's, oh, like, look at that. Arctibax AR. Nice, man. That's what you're trying to pull out of here, guys. The ARs. They're big money. Okay, Arctibax. Pikachu reverse isn't bad. So you got a little Pikachu reverse. Congrats. Okay. And here's Knockley Pupitar Veluza. Super Rod, Primeape, or Corio. There we have it. Arctibax and Pikachu in that round. If she runs out of games, Dying Light is spooky. Too true. Almost half the year's over. Yeah, what the hell? Felt like a new year, like yesterday. Mr. Andrew Martin. This your bag right here, Andrew Martin? Yeah, this is your bag. All right, cool. Placing these here and placing the Pikachu and the Arctibax back here. Okay. What Quip YouTube channel? I don't even know, actually. Quipsart or something like that. I haven't looked into that in a little while. This, I think she gets lonely. She's like, I'm going to do YouTube now because she's so lonely. Okay, we got this. This was a May 4th break, but now we're just going to put it up on the table as a regular card. Okay. Trade Federation's Conspiracy. Ooh, spooky. I think we can go ahead and delete the old All Slabs channel at this point. All right, the old channel is deleted. Although we haven't even had a purchase out of there in a while. I think people are just shopping off the table. Honestly, I think people just buy the breaks and they buy the Poke Shuffles and the live customs. All right, thank you so much, Mr. Andrew Martin. I'm celebrating turning 37 today. No, he's so old, bro. God, what are you, like a dinosaur? Bro's old, man. He's old as hell. All right, so we got some cards here that I believe are abandoned by Mr. Joel. So we're going to look into that. A Joel Flores. Flores. Occasionally we get an abandoned bag or abandoned slabs. Here's a Joel Yee from 2023. That's interesting. Okay, but that's not who we're looking for. I watched a little King of the Hill today. It showed up on YouTube. That show is so funny, man. Wow, this guy made 2 purchases ever, and then he bopped out. Crazy. All right. Never shipped, never came back. Guess he didn't like it. So he leaves behind. This was a free slab that he received at the time. The hell? Like a packet of hollow cards too, huh? All right. Throw that away. Would you ever post your slabs for sale on the website? I suppose if I was desperate for sales, I could do something like that. I'm actually not that desperate. We do pretty good every single night. Okay. He left this behind as well. Looks like he got it back in the day for 40 bucks. So these are a year and a half old, and they're just PSA 8, PSA 9, nothing special. All right. Cool. Put these in the box and move on to the next thing. Man, we got all these. Oh, man, we got so many cards to work our way through. So many little cards to go through, guys. I actually have a lot of like weird situation slabs that we got to work our way through. But right now we got these 2 expensive packs being done as gym breaks. What's a third pack you'd like to see join that group? Let's see. Maybe I tell you what, let me look at my own menu. That'll help me. Something pricey. Ooh, Lord of the Rings pack. Sonic the Hedgehog pack. That's an interesting one. Donkey Kong's $20 now? That's insane. Also, it says that the Naruto cards are supposed to be $74, and we've been selling them for 54. Really? So these Naruto prices are outdated. I don't know how we got on that. Nobody even mentioned it, by the way. Nobody said, "Oh, your price might be wrong." Doctor Who. That's got to be one of them. Doctor Who. You ready? Let's grab Doctor Who. No wonder they were going off, huh? People saw that price. They said, "Okay, all right, we got to do one for Doctor Who." I've had these Doctor Who packs for a while. I like ordered way too many of them. I don't know why I ordered so much. It's because I didn't know what I was doing at the time. Oops. All right. There it goes. So that's a Magic the Gathering Doctor Who pack. And on the menu is $58. So what is that? 28? No, 29. I think it's 29. Be right back. Sounds good, man. He said he's going to be right back. What do you guys think of that? All right, so now we've got 3 of these gym break packs. A lot of fun. I wanted to increase the number of like gym breaks we had on the table. Are the Lord of the Rings packs still popular? At a price of $62 per pack, I'd say not quite as popular. Let's see if we can lower that price. So let me log on and see if Lord of the Rings can be gotten cheaper. Might be able to lower it. No. The answer to that question is no. No, sealed boxes of this they've just reached a really high high. But let me see, it might be a little bit cheaper. Divided by, is it 36? Oh, it's just the one box for sale too. That's fascinating. So and it's a pretty beat up looking box too. That's disappointing. Let me see if I can find a better looking box. All right, I'm looking into this. I needed to mention how many packs are in here. That's what I needed to do. Pretty sure it's 36 packs. There it is. Packs per box, 36. Good. So now we have a way to get the price figured out. times 0. All right, and plus this divided by 36. Oh yeah, we can get the price way down. Hold on. So the price on the Topps Lord of the Rings, it's going to go from 62 to 42. There you go. All right. Good deal. So we're lowering the price of a booster pack right now, guys. It's the Lord of the Rings Chrome packs. Okay. I'd love to do that for other sets too. You know, like if we're not correct on our price, I'd love to lower it. Shouldn't this be marked sold out? Hold on, give me a second. Oh yeah, it is marked sold out. Good. All right, now Lord of the Rings 62 is going to go down to 42. Way more attractive. That's a big price change. At the time, there were none on the market. There were no booster boxes on the market. And so sometimes you get a bad reading because of that. So, Mister, what made you get into all of this? I love card collecting. That's what made me get into it. All right, so we just lowered the price of Lord of the Rings boosters. We got some other interesting cards too. Look at these Vivid Voltage and Darkness Ablaze. These aren't on the menu, but I think I have a decent chunk of these from those celebration packs. What should I do with them? Give them away for free? Here, let's hand out a couple spots on this giveaway slab. So we've got Lone Video Game Person. All right. Lone Video. Oops. Game. Number 5. Matt R. Number 6. Andy Man. Andy Man the Handyman. All right, we can hand out more spots on this later tonight if you stick around. Let's get a little rotation going. This gold. Let's see the price of gold. Has gold gone up or down? Gold price over time? No, let's say gold price today. Okay, so gold has moved down a little bit over the last couple of months. Year to date, it's up 5%, though. And over the last year, it's up a whopping 40%. So gold is down a little bit, actually. That's good to know. That means you guys got more time to accumulate gold. Do you guys like gold? I like a little bit of gold. Who got the knockdown? Somebody got the knockdown in the daytime stream. Here's Secret Identity. Ooh, that card's a little bit cheaper. Let's put that in the other shuffle. I'm back. He's back. What's up, man? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, there it is. All right. Let's get it. Number 6. Secret Identity. T10. All right. Payout incoming. Your eBay listing has sold and payment has been received from buyer. Oh, that's good. All right. Put this up in the other bras, the other shuffles, I mean. I want to discuss finances with you. Sure, let's talk about it. I love talking finances. It says I sold a Karuta Slow King and got paid out for it. Nice. All right, we got an empty queue, guys. If you want to open any packs at all, let me know what you'd like to open. I think what we can do for a second here is put together a nice jumbo pack break. So let's grab some boosties, shall we? So here's a Vivid Voltage. What do we have back here? Oh, that's where the rest of these were hiding. There they are. All right. We got a Vivid. We got a Darkness of Balls. We got a Chilling Rain. I wish I could donate my sub to chat, says Brandon. You probably could. I just need to write down a note to grab it. Like this. Grab Brandon Wong Slab. And also Tyler Ferbert Slowpoke. I wish the slabs weren't so far away, but they just unfortunately they are. Did I get knocked out? I don't think so. You might have. They saying you did. Yeah, here's Rarity Collection 2. Look at this Rarity Collection. Hey, we got a Rarity Collection 2 card going in there. Cool. Yeah, it's a Celebrations Tag Zapdos slab. What? We are. And here we are. What kind of finances you want to talk, Mr. Brandon? Let's grab this. I wrote down a note to say to grab your stuff out of the basement. Naruto Mega Dweem for 7.5, huh? Spirit Forge. I'll put this back in the Naruto box. We already opened too much Naruto for a day. More Riftbound. More Riftbound. Okay, I'll stop this for the moment and go grab that Riftbound for you. Win note. Yeah. Speaking of which, what's going on with this? This says cross grade. I didn't like this 9, huh? They gave me a 9 on that. Dude, grading is so harsh sometimes. Let's see. We're hitting refresh. We're going to head over to products. I guess how well I know doing in comparison to my peers. Oh, I don't know. How well are you doing? Here's Anthony. He says 10 Spirit Forge, 10 Unleashed. Wow, wow, wow. This is a big order, guys. All right, you got it. So 10 Spirit Forged and 10 Unleashed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You think you're killing it? You think you're doing a good job? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7. 8, 9, 10. All right. Good deal, man. I'm sitting at roughly 54,000 in my retirement at age 35. Can I ask you, is it like a 401k though? Because you can't touch that until you're in your 60s. Those suck. I actually have very strong feelings about the 401k. When I was younger, I was like, oh, you got to invest in the 401k. It's so good. Now, as an adult, or not an adult, now as somebody who, let's say, is better at money, now I feel like they're basically a total ripoff. Is yes, sir. Did I get a knockdown confirmation? You might have. Check the end of the daytime stream. Let's snip this. Snipping this. So I'm not a big fan of the 401k because it locks your money away until you're much older. And by then, you can't really do anything with that money. The only thing you can do is have it in the stock market. Let me explain why I don't like the 401ks, because it's a government program where the government's basically incentivizing people to buy stocks. And at first, that sounds really good. But in my opinion, it's kind of like this way to convince the American people to give their money to corporations so the corporations can reinvest that money into something that makes a much higher return, with the promise that by the time you're like 65, you can finally use it. You know what I mean? So like while you're waiting for your money to become available when you're 65 years old, corporate America is taking that money and actually doing really nice stuff with it, making tons of money off of you. And if you try to pull your money back out of that, they punish you for that. So, I mean, just imagine what a bubble the stock market must be if everybody's being told, you got to buy the stocks, you got to buy the stocks, you got to buy the stock, 401k, 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 Roth IRA. So at first, it seems like a gift from the government, a gift from your employer, until you realize that you're kind of just buying into this manipulated market. The market's if people are being paid, you're essentially being paid because you're not being taxed, right? You're not being properly taxed. Here's Keeper's verdict. If you are getting extra money as long as you're buying stocks, that creates a bubble. How? Well, the government's just incentivized you to buy something regardless of its performance as an asset, only because you're getting tax benefits from it, and sometimes employee match as well. And so it's like, imagine it worked that way with Pokemon. Imagine the government said, as long as you buy Pokemon and hold it until you're 65, we'll give you a huge tax break. What would happen to the price of Pokemon cards? Can anyone guess? They would go to the effing moon. They would go higher than they are now. So if the government came out with a program that said, as long as you buy Pokemon cards and don't sell till you're 65, we'll give you a big tax break, Pokemon card prices would just explode. So that's exactly what they're doing with the stocks right now. They're saying you have to buy them and then we'll give you a big tax break. Here's Baron Nashor. Ooh. You have to buy them, and then we'll give you a big tax break. And oh, by the way, you're not allowed to sell them. You have to keep buying them. And so it's like the way the government has convinced you to go to work all day, pay tons of taxes, and then if you don't pay taxes on some of your income, you can put that into the stock market to keep the stock market pumped to make sure it only goes up. Stock market only goes up. So I think it's a very nasty trick on people. And I don't think that anyone is truly ever going to get rich on the 401k. I think basically there's this thing that will happen where over time your 401k will not keep up with inflation and everyone's valuing their 401k like it's this really good thing. But the truth is, if everyone's got a 401k, you're only about as wealthy as everyone else. Whoa, look at that. Void Reaver, and he's looking tight, dude. Nice. So that looks like a hit. I have a good sense for money, and I feel like something feels very rigged about 401ks. They give you the perception like you're doing well, and I just don't think that that's truly the case. Here's Hui and Scorn of the Moon, Brooding Painter. I think my parents are making me feel inadequate when it comes to my money. Tell me about it. What do they actually what do they actually do? They like tell you you're not doing good enough or something? Yes. All right. Your parents push you to do more, to succeed. A lot of parents do that. A lot of parents. I think it's actually also a very popular thing amongst like Asian parents. They want you to do so well, and then they want to brag about you, tell their friends, "My kid's doing better than your kid," or something like that. Like a social status thing. Nothing wrong with being ambitious, but it's important also to understand that life's not strictly about money. We are. Here's Grim Apothecary. Yeah, pushing me more to succeed. Yeah. How do you feel about it? Do you feel like you want to go higher in your job, or you want to be more competitive, or do you feel like you're doing enough and like you're satisfied with where you're at? You are. Here's Blood Rose, and here's Sump Works Map. Tell them you're the ruler of the Pokemon, Brandon. You did not win the slab just yet. You only got into the list for a chance to pull it. He's talking about for the knockdown, though, I think. We are. All right, let's toss this over here. Do you have stocks in robotics at all? Um, I own a small amount of stocks. It's really not a lot, and it's just S&P 500 ETF. I really put my money where my mouth is. Almost all money is right here in the Pokemon cards. Right here. Almost all of it. Pokemon cards, and I own some real estate. I don't have a 401k. I'm glad I don't have a 401k because if I had bought 401k instead of Pokemon cards, that would have been the much worse investment. Karis has a big fat 401k from her job. She's got a pretty big 401k right now. Here it is. She's been grinding like me. We are. All right. And I'm like, that's going to be so nice when you can have access to your own money at the age of like 100. You'll be all shriveled and old. Think about it. The government and the corporations really tricked Americans into saving their money until they're 65, which sounds really good, right? But it's like many Americans don't have a house today. You should have used that exact same money to buy a nice piece of property. It also goes up in value. You could just buy a nice piece of property and pay it off. You don't have to do 401k. They give you like the tax exemption, right? So that's very attractive. But it also means that the stocks are in a bubble because that means they've artificially pumped the stock market with incentives like tax-free status. When I was younger, I thought that that was a good thing. As an older person now who feels like I understand money much better, I feel like that's a terrible thing. The price of the stock should only be based off of demand. It should not be based off of government programs. Here's Blade Dancer. So there will be a disconnect between the value of the stock, the real value, and the cost of the stock. You know, here to help. Company matches are like printing money. Most 65-year-olds I know are too sick to travel or spend their money. Yeah, exactly. They take your money until you're pretty much so close to dying that they've tricked you. They've tricked you out of a portion of your money for almost the entire duration of your life. You put all your money into this account that they get to use, and then they give you like a big fancy number on a screen and say, "Look how much money you've got." But the truth is, if everybody could pull that money back out of the stock market right now, the stock market would plummet. It would crash. Look at this Bard. Very cool, man. You're pulling some hits. Never expected a finance talk today. We talk finance all the time. I love talking about the way money works and thinking about the way it works. So it's actually one of the most common things we talk about. Here it is. Yeah, company matches are like printing money. Well, I think it puts the stock market into a bubble. The price is inflated. It's fake. It's not based off of true demand. It's based off of government incentives to buy more stock. Like you better buy stock. You better 401k. You better match your 401k. You better maximize your 401k. It's so good. Yeah, good for the corporations where they get your money for that. That's what a stock is. They're selling a piece of the company because they want to raise capital to do more expansion, to buy more inventory, et cetera. So they pay you a little price for that called a dividend, or, maybe you win because you bought the thing everyone bought and you got capital gains. But ultimately, companies are not paying out really well right now. Cato the Arm and Grand Duelist. But the government still tells you got to max that 401k because you're going to be so rich when you're older. By the time you're 65, we don't even know what the value of money will be anymore. The government can just print money before you're 65. They can print it. They've proven that they can do that. They proved it with COVID. So, the price of a house doubled um, in a very short amount of time because of COVID, which shows you the power of money printing and debt. Because the government issues debt, which is the same as, is pretty close to money printing. It's not the same, but it's pretty close. So the government issued cheap debt, and that's why food went up. People probably can't even remember what food used to cost. Food used to be so much cheaper before COVID. So we've all just gotten used to the new prices. That's what happened. We were all sticker shocked at the price of steak and chicken. Now it just feels normal. It's been a couple years. You're just like, yeah, it's the price of chicken and steak. It used to be cheaper. But yeah, like homes, they never really came back down after COVID. They've come down slightly, but not that much. And so you get paid about the same at your job, but the price of homes have doubled. Like, how does that make sense? Well, it only makes sense in one way. Your buying power has been stolen from you and handed out to other people, investors, in the form of debt. In order to pump that stock market, keep it pumping, keep it going up. It's got to go up. It can't go down. If it goes down, president's going to lose elections, whether it be Joe Biden, Democrats, or Donald Trump, Republicans. Stock market's not allowed to go down, only up. And every time it seems like the market's shaky, quick, give free debt to everybody. All right, that's Mr. Anthony. So, anyways, I think it's all fake. I think it's not 100% fake. That's a sweeping statement. But I think it's all manipulated. Again, I ask you guys this question. If Pokemon cards work this way, if the government told you that you could have tax exempt status as long as you spent the money on Pokemon cards, what would the price of Pokemon cards be today as a result of that one rule? They'd be so outrageously overpriced because everyone would be doing that. Everyone would be buying Pokemon for that tax-free status. And then what if your employer came and said, not only will you get tax-free status when you buy Pokemon cards, if a Pokemon card costs $100, we'll pay 50% of the price for you up to a certain point. Imagine that. Imagine how fake the price of Pokemon cards would be from all that. And just realize that's what's going on in the stock market. And there has to be a way for that to basically be expressed in the value of money. That doesn't go away. Like it's not like you didn't do a magic trick where you got a free lunch and, oh yeah, the government just gave me free money and my employer just gave me free money and the value of the stocks are normal and fine. And it just doesn't work that way. It will be expressed somehow. It'll be expressed in inflation. Is by the time you're 65, that money may not buy very much. That's most likely what'll happen. Or the stock market will one day have like a doomsday event and it'll crash real bad. So one way or the other, either the stock market will crash or we'll experience extreme inflation where your cash won't buy you anything. But you know what will buy you stuff? Real objects, gold, which gold is down right now, but gold, land, land is real, oil is real, stuff like that. I do fear the stock market to a certain degree. It does feel manipulated, but I don't know. The companies do grow and they do provide new value. Then again, we also don't know what's going to happen after like all these robots take over. It's a shaky time. It doesn't really affect me in the end. I just buy Pokemon. I'm not connected to any of these systems. I just buy Pokemon cards, and I don't know why, but that has been the smartest move in the last 7 years. As crazy as that sounds, historically, stock outperforms most other assets. So, Mr. Connor, yeah, there's guys who got very wealthy from real estate too, though, right? Like, if you pulled out a lot of debt to buy a lot of real estate, and then you made all of your real estate productive by making people rent it, and then at the same time, you used like the depreciation tax code to make sure that you don't have to express any profits from that rent. And then what happens? The dollar goes through inflation, the value of the homes pop, the cost of the debt shrinks because it's not as big of a debt anymore. Or you can like refinance because they offer cheap debt one day, right? I mean, that could be a lot of money. I think real estate versus stock is pretty complex sometimes, but I think there's real estate guys who probably beat the stock market. There's guys who go in the stock market and they buy the wrong stock and then it doesn't go anywhere. And then there's guys who lose their ass in the stock market. And then there's guys who get very wealthy in the stock market. So I think it's a mixed outcome. It depends on where you are, where like there's probably some choice pieces of real estate that way outperform the stock market. So you got to get lucky to a certain degree, I think. Sarah Dusenberry, 1 Japanese Pokemon Jumbo Pack, and 5 of the Ascended Heroes. It's Miss Sarah Dusenberry. We were missing you so much, Miss Sarah. Let's go grab you a bag. All right. Dealing with bad tenants sounds like a nightmare. Yeah, I can attest to that because we cleaned up after John, and it took like $10,000 to clean up after John. So we did not make any money renting to him. Of course, the goal wasn't to make any money renting from him. He was renting at the cost of the mortgage, anyways. We just wanted him to come out here to work with us, to work with me, I should say. I shouldn't say us. Queue is open, I believe. He hasn't said no more orders. Yeah, what time is it? It's 4:38. It's not stream time over. We're still going, guys. We're still going. So, but anyways, my final conclusion is if I was in your guys' shoe, and I'm not a financial analyst and I'm not a financial advisor, but if I was in your guys' shoes, I would not invest my money into the 401k. I really would not. What I would do with all of my money, I would take all of it and do whatever I could to start a business. That's your very best investment, is to start your own business. That's your very best move. Start any business at all. Could be anything. Stock market is rigged. It feels rigged to me. It feels highly manipulated. The government benefits you for buying land. It benefits you for pulling out uh, large low interest debt. The government, you get paid very well as a business owner, unless you go out of business, I suppose. But I think that the system is designed clearly to incentivize pulling out debt and opening businesses. That's how the system works. And the people who do the 401k, I don't think they make as much money. You might end life with a million or 2 million. And by the time you get that million or 2 million unlocked at the ripe young age of 65, it might not even be worth that much. By that point, it might actually be so, you hear about this like pensioners and people who are living off of a fixed income not being able to survive on that fixed income anymore because of inflation. So, how does the government deal with big pension plans in places like Chicago and wherever people are promised like a retirement? How do they get around that issue? All the money you owe the old people. Well, you just inflate your way out of it. You inflate your way out of it. You promise to pay this guy $1,000 a month and all of his buddies because he worked his whole life for you, and you're like, I can't afford to give all these guys $1,000 a month for not $1,000 a month, probably like $4,000 a month. So you promise this, you promise these benefits to these old people who work their whole lives, and then it turns out your city or your country can't afford that. How do you fix that? You just print a ton of money until their income's not worth anything. You say, okay, so you're on a fixed income of $3,000 a month. Well, watch this. We can print so much money that that's not any good money anymore. 3,000 doesn't cut it anymore. So it just shifts the money back into the government's hand. It means the government can effectively avoid having to pay those pensions out, whether it be a government pension or maybe a private pension. Because, corporations have a lot of say in the government too. If you're a corporate entity, you have representatives that go and talk to the government and say, hey, we want to lobby you. What we need is cheap debt. We need lots of it in order to pay all of our pensioners, in order to pay all the people who are on the retirement program. We need lots of cheap debt. The government says, all right, let's make the interest rates 4%, 3%. Here's Lanoon, Starly, and Entei. Okay, so that's your 5 packs of Ascended. And I have to say this, that was a tough round. So far, so bad. Rocket Mewtwo and Dunsparce and a bunch of hollows. All right. You're underestimating compound growth. Inflation can't compete, historically at least. Well, I think that the reason that the stock market has actually done extremely well doesn't have to do with what the government did with this interest or with the 401k or any of that stuff. The fact of the matter is, the companies became more productive over time. And so they expanded and they grew and they made money. But some companies went out of business too, right? So it really just depended, again, on how you invested your money. So, for example, you can pay into the 401k and just be in a bad company and it can go bad, or it could be like 2008 and you got all this retirement money and then it just drops to zero for a while because the the market pops and all these main companies go out of business and there's like a liquidity problem, blah blah blah, you know what I mean? Where right now human achievement continues to grow, and what you're saying is human achievement will continue to outpace the inflation. And so the 401k is attractive just because of that. And you might be right. You might be right. If productivity can increase faster than the inflation, then that's a good thing. And we got like AI and all this crap, right? But consider this. You're still locked out of your money until you're 65. And the more you think about that, the more you realize it's like, wow, I'd like to use my money when I'm 40 and 50. I'd like to use my money to buy a better property, which goes up in value too. I'd like to use my money on my business, or buying something that I believe is going to age and go up in value faster than the stock market, which can be a lot of weird things these days. But you get tempted by those government subsidies. Hey, we'll give you free tax write-off, free tax write-off. It's so good. And then all of a sudden you're the guy pumping the stock market until you're the ripe age of 65. You're the guy making sure that the stock market stays valuable. Here goes. Ready? We've got this one. Okay. Here's Mega Symphonia. Oh, yeah. Starting out with an AR. I like it already. You got all these people and they're pumping the stock market. So the stock market goes up. And you're like, well, the stock market went up. Then it's good, then, right? You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's only going up. Yeah, because everyone's being forced to buy it because that's how you're told you have to retire that way. you know, Cold. Here's Cool. That's a gamble. It's a gamble on the market to invest that way. Right, like in the past, the way you would have saved up for retirement. Hey, we got a little master ball coming out. All right. So you got an AR and a master ball so far. Not bad. The way you would have retired in the past is you would have just taken your money and put it in like a bank account and then lived off that bank account money. But they're telling you have to take that money and pump it into the corporation, or else, you're not going to receive all these benefits. What about the benefits? So again, they're forcing you to pump the stock market, and then yeah, the stock market historically just moves up, and it looks like it's such a good investment, but that's got to be fake. It's like what I was saying. Like if everyone pulled all their money out of their 401ks at the same time, I think the system would just suddenly go into a recession, wouldn't it? We'd be a recession instantly. It is like if you pulled your money out to go buy a nice house or something, or pay off your mortgage, or pay off your student loan, or do something actually productive with the money rather than just pump the stock market and pump the corporations with money, free money. If you actually spent the money on goods, I'm pretty sure uh, the value of those stocks would plummet because it's so fake. It's not just 401ks, it's pension plans. It's all kinds of stuff like that, where it's retirement accounts, gigantic retirement accounts that are sifted around. Now they're trying to like put it into like Bitcoin or something like that. Look at this Mimikyu, Sarah. Do you like the Mimikyu? Have you seen all the Polymarket insider trading going on? No, I don't know much about Polymarket. Isn't that a gambling app? All right, paranormal activity. What we got in here? Cold. Mega Dream. Come on, baby. All right. Cold. Mega Dweem. I have a Mega Dweem. Here's Nihil Zero. Cold. Here's Eevee. Monkey Story. It's Monkey Story. All right. Social Security is a big problem too. It's another brilliant government program it literally cannot survive by its own design because it's a pyramid scheme. It relies on humans only producing way more humans every generation. All right, there we have it, Miss Sarah Dusenberry. Sarah, I think this round was kind of tough. What do you guys think? You think it was a tough round? I'm tossing these. Sometimes you get a tough round, sometimes you get a hot round. I like it when you get only hot rounds. So you do pick up a Master Ball and you do pick up Delibird, but out of the Jumbo Pack break, that's not Jumbo Pack break, but out of the Jumbo Pack, that's not very much. So this time the Japanese packs have been tough on you. And then you have this nice packet of Hollows. But also out of the Ascended Heroes, you got just the Mewtwo and the Dun Dun Sparse. So cold round this time. Maybe the next round is hotter. A bit tough. Yeah, that one was a tough round. Where are we hiding you, Miss Sarah? Where do we store Sarah's stuff these days? Oh, you've got a box right here. Okay. Hot rounds only, Sarah. Drop that in there. I'm going to put you on the giveaway for tonight, okay? All right. Put that back up there. If you guys are enjoying this stream, make a first time order. There it is. Your patronage keeps me going. There it is. All right, Seva Dusenberry. You're on the giveaway slab, Miss Sarah. And I'm going to put you in the second chance slab, too. I think that round warrants it. Okay. You know, they say AI is only about 10 to 15 years away from solving global poverty. That would be a good thing. And it really makes you wonder, like, what's the world going to look like in the future? All we ever hear about anymore is AI, 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 AI. I hope they're not overpromising. With an aging population, how would you incentivize people to invest for when they can't work? Um, I think people have to earn enough money to have leftovers to invest in the first place. And the problem with our current system is it's a socialist system, anyways. So it's like we have Social Security, and it's impossible to keep it going because we're not infinitely expanding the population. We have a shrinking population, right? So it's like you just will run into the scenario that the quality of living will go down for people. The only way to counter that, by the way, is to have your corporations become extremely productive. The reason that works is because the cost of producing a good goes down so fast that even if you're making less money, you can still buy that good. So like medicine, for example, if you cut the cost of producing medicine by 90%, then yeah, they can sell you the medicine for 1/10 the price. So you don't have to work as hard to buy as many goods anymore. You'll work, 9 times less and still be able to buy the same amount of medicine. So in a way, we do rely on the success of the corporations to kind of, save us in the future when all of our money is worthless. All right. So now we have a Mr. Anthony order for 10 more packs of Riftbound Spirit Forge and 10 more packs of Unleashed Riftbound. I don't know if I have 10 more packs of Spirit Forged. I might have to get your rain checked on those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we only have 5 of these left. Now I've ordered more of them. Are you taking any peptides? What's a peptide? I don't know what a peptide is. Actually, I was about to mention I'm getting a little headache right now. That sucks. What did I eat today? Did I eat something that would trigger a headache? You grab this, Mr. Anthony. I had chicken nuggets today. That's why I had chicken nuggets for dinner. All right, we're gonna say Anthony. Ani Aqua. So you're owed 5 Spirit Forged. Now, if you wish, we can convert that into the Unleashed packs if you want to open them tonight. Or you can wait for the new round of Spirit Forge to arrive. We have more spirit forge on the way is what I'm saying. All right. That's impossible. That had always been world order with low, middle, and high class. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here's 8. Okay. And we'll grab this. All right. You're right. There's always been classes of people in society. And I think that the classes are basically just a representation of the uneven distribution of DNA. That's what that is, by the way. So there's an uneven distribution of good DNA, with some people getting more of it than others. And this eventually is expressed in a difference in status, power, and money. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Socialists think that you can just redistribute the money and it will solve it, and it won't. You have to redistribute the DNA. That would solve it. But there's no way to do that. Here it is. All right. It's tempting, Law. How many can I convert? All right. So for Spirit Forge, it appeared they were $9 each. So 9 times 5 would mean you have $45. And the Unleashed seemed to be $7 each. So divided by 7, you would be able to take 7 more Unleashed and you'd have a little bit of cash left over. You'd have $3 of cash left over. So you can have, again, 6 more packs of the Unleashed if you wish. That's like saying, oh, I'm going to convince everyone to do the right thing that the world needs to be done, which has never happened. GTA 6 releases exactly 6 months from today. Does it really? You know, I've never played that game, Grand Theft Auto. I've seen bits of it, but I've never been really interested in it. Inequality is a feature of DNA, not a bug. Yeah, so it's a subject I was asking AI about the other day when we were in the live stream, and I was like, why does the wage gap, not the wage gap, the wealth gap occur every single time, whether it be in the past or the future or right now? There's always this gigantic wealth gap where it's like 10% of society gets super wealthy and everyone else is just sort of working for them. And that's because uh, literally the AI said it's differences in IQ, differences in self-control, differences in willingness to take risk, differences in interest in experimentation. And it said ultimately those differences boil down to the DNA you were born with. Some people are just born with the exact right DNA for maybe working all day long, or maybe like, you know, obsession with money, or just smart enough to go out and figure out, hey, here's a game, here's a system, I can solve it and get wealthy in that system. And so, you know, those guys do that their whole lives for 50, 60 years. And the difference in wealth between that guy and maybe the standard population just grows really rapidly. Here's Flora Worthy. So I found that really interesting because literally AI's response was actually differences in DNA, which is what I believe too. That's exactly what I believe. Here's Forge Fire Cape. And so one of the concepts that I've been thinking about for a little while is that in the future, you will be able to like DNA edit yourself or DNA edit your babies. And that sounds really absurd, but it's not absurd. It's sort of like a video game. When you go to play a video game, what's the very first thing most video games let you do? They let you edit your character. So when your baby's being born, I think probably not tomorrow, but maybe deep in the future, you're probably going to be able to sit down and splice in desirable genetics, whether it be the baby's appearances, height, pee size, running speed, facial structures, IQ, all those kind of features, ambition, artistry. We're probably going to trace certain identities and certain human behaviors to specific DNAs and say, hey, let's replicate a whole bunch of those DNAs and then let's allow people to splice that into their baby if they wish. And also, if people don't have babies, you might see programs in the future with artificial wombs where the government just has babies. So you don't have any children, the government has children. And you just go to work for the government and the government taxes you because you're not having your own children anymore. which is an interesting problem as well. But, you know, the government that survives will either A, make you have children, or B, the government itself will have children. So because the other option, C, nobody has children, that government disappears over time, is replaced by other governments. So it's kind of like a virus. You have to be viral. Your DNA must be viral, or you're bad genes and you fall out of the gene pool. So it's a really interesting conversation. So in the future, if you have a population of people who don't want to have children, that government system culture might still survive, but only if the government uses artificial wombs, or the government's about to get real nasty and say, we don't do feminism anymore. Women have babies now. Which I don't know if that'll happen. I mean, I guess in theory it could happen. Or maybe something a bit slower occurs where um, just successive generations go through where it's like you have shrink, 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 but you reach maybe like a threshold where the only people remaining several generations later, after a lot of shrinkage, the only people remaining actually enjoy having children. So then they'll continue to have children that also like to have children. So birth control is a recent invention, including abortion and all this other good stuff, or maybe bad stuff from nature's perspective. Um, so now we have the ability to reduce the children we have so that we could just have sex but no children. And so that old dopamine mechanism of sex feels good no longer works, right? That was the mechanism that made us have children. And now that mechanism is gone because we have birth control, abortions, and all that other stuff. So we need a new mechanism, and that mechanism is people who literally enjoy having children. And I think that there are people like that, people who really like kids, love them. They'll have kids whether God tells them to have them or not. They'll have kids whether the government says you can have them or not. They'll have kids whether they can afford it or not. They just really love kids, like dog people or something. Like people, some people just love dogs, and there's nothing you can do about it. So you're probably going to see replication of that DNA really successfully over time. And if you have DNA that doesn't like having lots of children, that DNA will fall out of the gene pool over time. But duly. But so we had that disconnect with birth control where you can follow the gene pool really, really quickly now if all you value is money and, like having no responsibilities. Here's Deceiver. There's an older sci-fi movie that's exactly about that premise. Weird name, I forget it. Yeah, but that's so a lot of people talk about the shrinking populations, and there's many theories why it's occurring. There's a lot of theories. Some people blame feminism, some people blame godlessness, some people blame cost of living, some people blame Peter Pan syndrome, emotionally stunted men. I think that you don't have to come up with all those reasons, and you could actually just attribute it to a singular reason. You can just say that humans do not enjoy having children. Some of us don't. You know what I mean? So some humans do not enjoy having children, and that's good enough reason for anybody to just say, "Oh, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do the work of it." And so in the past that didn't matter because if you had sex, you still had them. You know what I mean? So it's like people went, "Well, I'm not skipping out on sex." And so you still had them anyways, even if you didn't like them. Now that's over. So that's no longer a thing. Now, if you just don't like them, you can avoid them. 100% of the time, you can avoid them. And that's why human DNA is probably going to swap over just to be people who actually really liked kids over time. And everyone else who didn't like kids, that DNA falls out of the gene pool, which I find it really fascinating and kind of goes into all that conversation we're having about social security has to be like an infinitely expanding population for it to work, right? Because you have to have like 6 kids per grandparent because you're just scraping a little bit of money out of those 6 kids paycheck, but it's got to pay for one whole person, you know. So social security fails if you don't have enough children per person, and that's exactly why it's going to fail right now because people are not having 6 kids each, they're not even having 3 kids each. And I don't think any group of humans is immune to it. You see, some groups are sort of immune because they're still strictly religious. Like the Jews are having a lot of babies because they really believe in that thing. And the Muslims have a lot of babies because they really believe in their thing. And so you got some groups have children because of God. Christians don't do that as much. Christians are like a shrinking population. A lot of Christians are secularist or they're just sort of kind of culturally Christian. And So I think Christians aren't having as many children, and many people are no longer Christian. And then, but you still have like these countries like Iran where it's really strict theological culture, and you have to follow the religion, the rules, or else you're in a lot of trouble. And the women have a role, and that is you better pop out some babies at that put. You know what I mean? And put this thing over your face. Oh, what do we got? We've got Wuju Master and Green Father. Whoa, that looks so cool. Wow, that's like an embossed card too. How rare is this one? I don't always understand the rarities. Look at that. Really cool. Green Father. A sense of duty, responsibility, same way men feel about going to war for their country. Holy, awesome card. Yeah, that looks really cool, huh? All right. Right at the end, too. Did you notice that? That was the last pack. Isn't that funny? Sometimes when it comes to opening cards, you guys are one pack away from the big hit and you don't know it. All right. By the way, did he mention he wanted to open the rest of these? Let's rip those packs now. When in stock, do I just reach out here? Yes. Now, wait a second. Let me make sure I understand it correctly. Mr. Anthony, are you saying you'd like to convert it into Unleashed, or are you saying you'd like to hold on to these 5 Spirit Forged? Let me know which one you prefer. Last sold 300. Nice. Oh, if that's the case, let me get him a top loader. So that's Green Father. And Mr. Marius says last sold 300. Oh, yeah. That's not the Siggy. That one is 55. There's a signature version? Damn. All right. Well, he can have the top loader anyways because I'm a nice guy. That is what is called an overnumbered card. The overnumber was with a star next to it is the signature. I saw the wrong one, mister. Sent an order under JPH. Yeah, I saw that. I got to service that one soon. 233 out of 219. Very cool. All right. Feeling lucky. Let's convert them. All right. We're going to convert them. So you're going to have 6 more packs of Unleashed. I owe you $3. Okay. You can use that in your next order. All right. 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, yeah. You ready? All right. Snipping time, everybody. We got a win and a 2. So far, what I've seen is Riftbound has been pretty steady in demand. There was a time period when we introduced One Piece to the menu and no one really cared. It wasn't that big of a deal. It's just kind of an idea. And now years later, a couple of years later, it's like one of the biggest TCGs. So you never know when that's going to occur again. All right, we got Scorch Claw, Zillion, Keeper of the Hammer. You never know when another popular franchise starts a card game and it takes off a little bit. All right. Here's a V and Kazakhs. Siggy would have a star in the number. Okay. You can also put my real name on the knocked out slab. Oh, you're Mr. John Paul Geraldo who won the knocked out slab. I don't think it's with us anymore. It's in the shipping area. Here's what you need to do, okay? Whenever you order shipping, tell me that you have your YouTube name is Lone Video Game Person. So tell me that whenever you do the shipping, and I'll write it down on the label so that Alexis grabbed it, okay? So that'll work. Here's Blood Harbor and Yumi. Yumi. Cat burger. All right. I actually do not know what to sleeve and what not to sleeve in here because this is a lot of cards. Here's LeBlanc, Master. Like he's kind of like got a rainbow hollow to him, but I suspect he's not worth sleeving. Here's LeBlanc. And last but not least, we have Carry On, Blood Rose, Blighted Battle Axe. There we go. I won't be shipping for a while. All right, sounds good. Okay. I'm guessing you started a slab away. Is that it? That's for Mr. Anthony. You might need a second bag, Anthony. Oh, yeah. You might need a third bag, Anthony. Your bags are full, man. You got some stuff. Thanks for the big orders. I really appreciate it. You're keeping us moving tonight. All right. let's move these slabs around. We're waiting for one person to join this MetaZoo gym break, by the way. You didn't know that? Here's Mr. Vis. Here's Kingler Expedition. We need 6 people in there. Mimic U10, Gallade, and Meltan. Ooh. Look at that impossibly expensive Mimikyu. It doesn't even make sense. All right, let's see who exactly goes next. Oh, Mr. Koff is back. So I believe with Unleashed, the market price of a booster box is 28% lower than the value of the average pull. So you have incentive to rip. Yeah, that's good. All right, let's see. So this is completed. I'm going to hit close on that. Now we have this order from our friend, Mr. John Paul Geraldo, and he says 6 Korean Infernos, new bag. All right, you got it. I thought you were doing a slab away for some reason. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh. That's it. I'm not even coughing one more time tonight. Not even once. We're going to talk about how I'm packing up my stuff and I'm moving out to California to live right next to Tammy and Alex. There we go. Ready? And then I'll just be jerking it in California. Here's Station. Here's, whoa, look at that Charcodette. Okay, Charcodette. Here's Flagon. Maybe Mr. just has spring allergies. Here's Suicune. Mr. Come to California. It's nice here. Here's Mr. Vis. Hey, I'm in California too. California love. California. So good to the homeless. California, yeah. Super cool to the homeless. South Park song. All right, Mr. John Paul, thank you so much. You got 1 AR from that. Mr. Gonna live on the beach and hang out with those roid muscle dudes. Oh man, that would be nice if I could actually build some muscle. I gotta go out and work out, man. You do not build muscle sitting in this chair all day. I'll tell you that. I used to be a bit muscular, not super muscular. I was more like lean muscular, you know. Like you get kind of wiry when you do a lot of physical labor, but I never had like big bulging muscles. I think you have to do really specific workouts for that. All right, let's see. What time is 5:19? I think we can start saying 6 on the bags by now. 6:26. How would you fix the homelessness in San Francisco? Um, Here's how I would fix it. I would raise taxes on everybody, and then I would hand all that money off to NGOs, not for profit government entities, right? And not for profit organizations. And then I would tell them if you could just spend like $1 million per bed and then kick back some of that money to me somehow. Here we are. Look at this, John Paul. Do you guys think that that's what's going on when it comes to these? We're here to help government organizations. I mean, why would they have any incentive to actually fix the homelessness when they're getting so much money to fix the homelessness? It's like what I talk about with public schools. Why would public schools become lean and efficient when, that's the gravy train? That's where they get all their money from is, making sure that they just keep getting paid to do low quality, uncompetitive education systems where it's like your child doesn't actually gain anything that would make him rich in life. He just learns a bunch of bullshit that he could have learned for free on the internet. Here's a right on D's. Look at that, right on for 80 now. Same thing with cancer. I don't know. See, when it comes to cancer, I don't know. I do believe that it could be the case that curing cancer is not profitable enough for them to pursue it. But like that billionaire who owns OnlyFans, remember the OnlyFans guy? He died from cancer just very recently. And that guy had billions and billions of dollars, still couldn't save himself. And when I hear that noise, when I hear that in the news, I go, okay, so it's not that, there's some conspiracy. They really just don't know how to fix it because there's plenty of billionaires who would love to survive cancer. And sometimes you just can't survive it. So you can't tell me that it's a lack of money because that guy's got plenty of money. It's a lack of knowledge and technology. We don't have the technology for it. All right, let's see. Let's hit refresh on this. Yeah, whenever you see a billionaire die of cancer, you know they haven't solved cancer. And it's not a conspiracy. They just haven't solved it. Here's Mr. Bryce. They're not like holding it back, like, oh no, we just want to treat the cancer. We just want to treat it infinitely. No, even the wealthiest people in society cannot save themselves from cancer. It's actually something we just don't know how to solve. The richest, most powerful people can't survive it. It's pretty kind of dark actually. But it's like game over, isn't it? Everybody gets a game over eventually. So we're just playing the game for a while and then you get a game over and you go, all right, see you later, guys. See you on the other side, everybody. And it's sad and scary, especially. It's very scary. It's a loss of control. You don't know what happens on the other side. Hopefully, good stuff, right? That's what we're all hoping for. Bryce, 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 Bryce. Whoa, you got a lot of stuff, Bryce. Holy, that's some Bryce stuff right there. Who's this? Bryce, Bryce. All right, we got Bryce to the moon. We don't know what happens when it's all over. Maybe nothing happens. Maybe everything just goes dark and quiet forever, which is itself very scary. The idea of never being conscious again. But then again, are we conscious now? We think we're we think we're conscious because we can think of ourselves and reason and predict, but maybe we are just like the machines. We've reached a level of reasoning that we think that we're alive. The truth is, you kind of are just a set of genes that were replicated over time. Maybe you're not you. Maybe you're whoever was alive a million years ago. All right, Bryce, will this sit on top nice and neat? Well, I might do that. Let's see. I just have to get this into the hands of Miss Alexis and she'll take care of the rest. Am I me? Are you you? Yeah. You have a genetic code that helps you replicate your genes. That's it. The genes don't really care what your name is. And the genes aren't yours. You didn't choose them. You didn't create yourself. You're not self-created. It's really fascinating the more you think about it. You're someone else, but alive again. Because that's how DNA works. You're someone else, alive again. Your brain's been reset, different brain, made up of different puzzle parts. But it's a mix of the puzzle parts, right? So really fascinating. But you're just this piece of code that's existing throughout time in the universe. And how do you know that you're you? Like your brain has developed, this mechanical part of the brain that has a concept of the self, right? So I look at myself in the mirror and I say, I'm Derek. Um, but I didn't invent that part of my brain. That was handed to me by the DNA. So what even am I? Maybe I'm actually very similar to like a rock or the dirt. Maybe I'm very similar to the universe and I'm not really real. The brain just has this illusion that you're real. Like the brain has the illusion that I'm this person who's in control, but I'm not that much in control, am I? I didn't create myself. I didn't choose the DNA. I didn't design the brain. And then I die one day too. And then I have a complete loss of control. So it's a really interesting idea. It's like one of those existential questions. Yeah. What I can tell you is I really enjoy Pokemon card collecting. The birds are real. Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Mr. Bryce. That was a really big order. I really do enjoy Pokemon card collecting. All right, now we have an order from Mr. Anthony, and he says 15 more unleashed. All right, you got it. Holy, take some shrooms. Sure. Well, the shrooms are just further proof that you're just this mechanical thing, aren't you? Here's 6, because you can put in an ingredient and change yourself. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. It was one little pack left. Put that in there. Hashtag the birds aren't real. The true existential crisis is that one day our son will become a red giant and consume our great great grandchildren. Yeah, I think we said something like that in our Discord server for like a second. Look, it's saying we have 28 viewers. I know that's not true. The YouTube watch count tonight has been glitched, guys. Like it will go down to like 2 viewers. It did that multiple times tonight. Let's snip this. Stupid YouTube watch count. Let's snip this. And let's snip this. We got Mr. Anthony Paniagua. I'll take it too. Yeah? All right. Well, I'll set it. I'll go grab it. We'll snip this. We're having a very fun stream, aren't we? The subject of human DNA and consciousness and like identity and self, it's all really important stuff to think about, in my opinion, because it helps you kind of like gain perspective on the world. Or makes you feel like you're more like a bee in a beehive a little bit. All right. You don't think you're a bee in the beehive, but you kind of are. Oh, let's snip this as well. Very good. It's not going to, understanding this stuff isn't going to improve your Pokemon card pulls, though. So, all right, there it is. The bonus pack. What was it? Scryer's Bloom, Evelyn, and Ivern. Maybe I should just sleeve all 3 cards together like we were doing before. You want to do it that way? So there's some of these. And here's some of these. We got Bashful Bloom. She's just a little bashful. I'd be bashful too if I had such a sexy long tummy. Here's Master Yi. Oh, Yi. I hate seagulls. Those are more like sky rats. Ew, sky rats. Yuck, bro. Here's Honey Fruit and Kazakhs. Bro is obsessed with tummies. Man, you ever notice some girls can have like a really long tummy? What's up with that, man? All right. Just as like stretch, Stretch Armstrong. Are. I know I'm not the only one who's thought about it. You know how I know? Because you ever see how they designed those girls in One Piece? Here's Ivor and friend to all. You guys don't talk about that enough, but clearly somebody who worked on the One Piece manga knew exactly what I'm talking about with the long tummies. We've got Void Reaver and Calm Rune. Thanks, TCC, for the knockdown. What a birthday gift. It's a birthday gift. Nice, dude. Happy birthday. All right, here's this. I see we're still going long and strong. That's right. Here's Void Reveal. Scary McDonald's tummy. I have more like a fat guy tummy, but that doesn't mean I don't aspire to someone else who has a nice long. Whoa, Jesus, dude. Man, that thunder is loud. I don't know if it comes through the microphone, but that was it makes your ears pop almost. Here's Alpha Wild Claw. That was kind of a low rumble though, but it was still really strong. Who was your comic book or movie film crush when you were growing up? Oh, that's an excellent question. Comic book. I didn't really read any comic books, like the traditional comic books. When I no, my sister, I had an older sister. She had some comic books like X-Men, and I'd flip through it and I'd see like really sexy girls in there, like Storm, right? She had like the abs and perfect boobs and all that, because that's how they would draw them that way. And the men were like ripped, dude. They had like these big biceps, 6-pack abs, 8-pack abs, impossible body figures. None of that really ever turned me on, to tell you the truth, because I just saw it as the way I saw it, even when I was younger. I said, that's just what the artist wants. It's not real. So I don't know if I ever really had a crush on a cartoon. You are Pride Stalker. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, sometimes they draw like there's sexy cartoons, right? We are somewhere out there. What do you guys think are the sexiest cartoon characters in existence right now? Here's Bashful Bloom. Here's Mirror Image. April from TMNT. Come on. Yeah, she's okay. But she's just like oh, how about Ariel from Disney? No, I was about to sing A Whole New World. We are. All right, grab this. I always found Sleeping Beauty. No, not Sleeping Beauty. It was called no, I got it right the first time. Sleeping Beauty, the Sleeping Beauty princess. I liked her. Is Here's Blood Harbor Ripper. Peggy from King of the Hill is top cream of the crop. She's a very handsome woman. You ever think about that actually? You know how they talk about declining testosterone rates in men? And there's many explanations for that. Uh, Bad water, bad environment, sit around and play video games too much, no more manly jobs, we don't die in war anymore, that kind of stuff. Like there's many theories. Have you guys ever thought maybe one of the theories for the decline in testosterone could actually be that guys are choosing girls who are just like smaller and more feminine over and over and over again, right? Like Belle Delphine, she rises to the top of the algorithm. Well, what kind of boys is she having as a mother? Big tough guys, big football player types? Hell no, dude. You need like a Helga kind of woman, like a hey, dinner's ready. You need like a woman with a strong square face. She's gonna give you, like a football son. You know what I mean? Like some guy, like a linebacker. Belle Delphine's not giving birth to a linebacker is my point. And so, but it's interesting because from sort of like a attractiveness, sexual selection point of view, Belle Delphine's ranking. I'm not just her, but like girls in her style are ranking very high. So you're not exactly having children with the women who are going to give you linebackers, D1 athletes. And so, if you want to talk about a decline in masculinity, what if the decline is a naturally occurring phenomenon where men are just choosing extra feminine women over and over and over again? Smoke and mirrors, virtuoso. Alex Jones would say it's the water that makes the frogs gay. Exactly, right? Exactly. But again, like if you're choosing smaller, more feminine women instead of big mug punters, like big brawly arms. Hey, dinner's ready. If you're not choosing that lady, well, then you're just not going to have big masculine guys because 50% of the child is coming from the mom, right? So it's a fascinating idea. It's just one of those things I've thought about. Here we are, Clash of Giants. This round, Mr. Anthony, I don't think you hit any really huge hits in this round. We are. Ah, yes, we love our Peggy. That is interesting, but true. Yeah, exactly. Like guys talk about Shorty, right? It's in the songs. Oh yeah, Shorty. Well, if you're having sex with Shorty, you're gonna have kids who are Shorty, real Shorty kids. Like, Dad, you were 6'4". Why did you have? Why did why did you pick out Mom who was like 5'2"? Well, she was a Shorty. Yeah, but now I'm like 5'9", Dad. Dad, come on. Only tall mothers. But so, it's fun for dad to have a short wife and to feel like he's towering over her. But for the children, maybe the children come out much shorter as a result and they don't get to enjoy dad's height. But I don't know if that's exactly how it works. But I suspect it probably does work a little bit that way. Here's Vex Ivern and Calm Rune. Ooh. Short man rage is dangerous. Yeah, I mean, it's especially dangerous when you have like all these disadvantages in life, like lower income, girls don't want to touch you or talk to you. Yeah, I mean, when girls don't listen, when girls don't have sex, they dye their hair blue, they do a nose piercing, and then they become political activists. When men don't have sex, they go and shoot up malls. You know what I'm saying? Like they go to war. The men decide they got to kill somebody because they're so unhappy with their place in life. And so, it's a dangerous thing. And yeah, if he can't get laid because he's too short, and he knows that that's the reason, like that's actually the reason it's occurring, which I don't always think that's the reason, but I think it's more of an uphill battle, because if you are short, you better compensate with hyper intelligence, lots of money, you're super charismatic and funny. You're just but girls are so selective about height, I guess. Apparently it's very tough. And so if you're just this guy who can't get laid, you're going to go through life with that rage a little bit. You're right. All right, what we got? Too short, always got the ladies. Everyone's standards are too high, men and women. Yeah, I guess for on that subject, the internet doesn't help because the internet raises our standards. I mean, I flip my phone open and I'll be scrolling through like Instagram looking for like Pokemon card data, and then it'll throw some like big booty Latina on my screen. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, how did like Instagram's decided I need to see this girl with her butt almost out of her underwear. And it's like, how am I supposed to deal with this? Like, what am I supposed to do now with this information? I got to look at this hot girl. And if there's guys who are like addicted to that and they're just scrolling that over and over and over and over again, they must get a warped sense of expectations. And I'm sure that goes both ways. Here's Chris Gonzalez. You ready? Mister, you're on Instaham. But you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Because there's no way that this is a individual experience for me. This almost certainly is a universal experience for men right now. If you have a phone and you open up some social media app, you're going to scroll through it, and some girl who's very good at looking very good is going to be like, "Follow me on OnlyFans" or something like that, right? And she's throwing it back, going like, "I bet your girlfriend doesn't do this move for you, does she?" You're like, "Nope, no, she doesn't." And it's just now you're living in this new world where it's like the girls on the internet are always sexier than the women around you. And it's just like, oh Jesus, dude. One, two, three. The internet has allowed us to sort the hottest women to the top of an algorithm. Ta-da! All right, three cold ones. I'm sorry, Chris. Boop. And I don't know what are the repercussions of that. It won't matter because soon enough we're all gonna have sex robots. Am I right, guys? Nah, the girls will put us in some kind of dungeon and they'll farm us for our jokes and our semen, and that's it. Bro, it's the end for us soon, guys. We have these last couple years of freedom before the girls lock us up. That's actually how I found you, Mister, on OnlyFans. Thanks for being a top subscriber. What do we have here? We've got. Ooh, okay. What's this? The Green Goblin. Rawr. Now, is this guy listed on eBay? All right, let's see. We like to sell cards. We like to open cards. We also like to have a lot of conversation. Some nights are better nights, in fact, when it comes to conversation, but it's fun to talk about all this stuff and think about where it's all going. All right. Thinking about where the world is going is what got me so deep into Pokemon cards in the first place. I said, I'm pretty sure these things are going to go up. And it is just kind of a simple guess, isn't it? But, I had all my thinking, all my thoughts, and I ended up being right about it. And the craziest part, I did one of those things, that like the crypto bros do it. I took all my money and just threw it all into Pokemon. I was all in. You like if you bought like one card for $1,000 and went to $10,000, congratulations, you've got $10,000 of a card now, right? But I didn't do that. I took every drop of money I had and basically put it in a Pokemon, other than my house and just a little bit of stocks. I'm telling you, just a little bit, not that much. American do like Pokemon cards, right? They do. Yeah, and so it's an experiment and it's a gamble. It's a big gamble on a kid's toy of all things. And we're going to see if it plays out over time, and it may not. So this is Green Goblin PSA 9, and it is numbered out of 50. So this is a golden, it says gold wave, and it's 8 out of 50. $75. It's also in one of those heavy PSA slabs. Very cool. All right, nice. We are just finding little cards here and there. Pokemon ain't going away. Sex bots are about to replace both genders. Yeah, I mean, maybe it'll be like something out of Rick and Morty. You guys watched that episode where are they? They're at like some kind of they're in some kind of shop, and Morty finds like a sex robot and he wants to bring it home, and he's having sex with it. And what the robot does, it collects your stuff, and then it runs off to make a baby out of it. Pretty interesting. Yeah. I do appreciate that show. I wish they had not gotten rid of the original voice actor. So sad. Here's N's plan. Does Six know I have this? Six should know, right? All right, let's figure this out real fast. All right. We're going to hit N's plan 170. And there he is. Okay. Let me grab a sleeve. This is what you guys ought to buy for Six right here. All you Six simps. Because she was opening Black Bolt because she wanted this card. Oh my God, I keep pulling the fat sleeve. I want the thin sleeve. Here it is. Okay, thin sleeve. This is the card to grab for 6 right here, guys. I could start a 6 simp break where anyone who's a simp can buy a spot to pay it down. Simp for 6 break. Once it goes off, it goes to 6. Yeah, like she's the only winner. All right, there's Green Goblin. There's End's Plan. Oh, crazy. We said it at the same time. Eyes draw you in. AI. All right, let's try this. PSA 10 E044. Let's try that. Okay, so I see this listed for $364. Oh, so this is not listed on eBay at all on my side. Okay, cool. But there is one on eBay for $364 plus $30 shipping from Canada plus import fees. But our price is going to be pretty competitive on this one. All right. I don't know where I got this. I might have gotten it from Mr. Brandon. Long time ago. He might have sold this to me. $360. Nice pricey slabs going up on that table, guys. What do you think of that? Overlord of the Hauntwoods. Terrible. Any chance you can do 600 for a booster box of OP13? I really want to do it. Oh, my head. What the hell? I got like a headache right now. What time is it? 5:30? Actually, we might be wrapping up very soon, so I don't think I'd be willing to open up a whole box of that right now, especially not on a discount. All right, let's click on this. Mr. Gabriel, he says the Naruto gym. Yeah, the Naruto gym is much cheaper than the menu price. I guess I did that by mistake, but let's keep it going. Let's get you in there, Mr. Gabriel. It's just a bit of fun, isn't it? I don't mind. All right. Get a couple of these packs sold. You know, it's nice to see them get opened. Oh, I see the sun coming out. Da 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 da. So we need one more person in here, though. Gabriel's in. Okay, so we need one more person in here and one more person in the MetaZoo as well. And we also have this guy running. This one's fresh. No one's joined it yet. So this has 2 spots left, but these 2 have 1 spot left. So there we have it. Oh, I'm just feeling like sick, man. I think I'm feeling nausea. All right. I don't know what's going on. I know what this is. This is a Wegovy headache. It starts in your neck. This reminds me of Jerry from Rick and Morty. Yeah. Human music. I like it. All right, we'll grab this. Good. Nah, I'm definitely the mom. Overlord Hauntwoods. Let's try and find this item. What's her name? Beth or something? I'm Mr. Poopy Ballhole if you really think about it. All right. So this card, it's getting late, guys. $55. I'd be Mister's messed up grandson, Morty. Let's see. Very good, Gabriel. It's 5:35 a.m. in the morning. We're at the 200-minute mark, which means we've streamed 3 hours and 20 minutes, which means we've completed our 3-hour stream. That's how we do it these days. We do 2 3-hour streams. So get this legendary free night needs to be put up on the table. And look at these Mickey Mouse cards. You guys ever have interest in the Mickey Mooses? That's 1935 Mickey Mouse. Old stuff. I collect them. I have quite a few of them because they're so cheap. They're way cheaper than Pokemon. So I collected a bunch of them and I'm just going to wait it out. Just see where it goes, you know? I had a website order a bit ago before you jump off for the night. Oh, Mr. Hates Cap. Let's take a quick look. I might have missed it. So here's oh, is it Mark Kaplan? It is Mark Kaplan. Sorry about that. And it's 3 Ninja Spinner, 3 Battle Partner, 3 Heat Wave. All right. So here are the Ninja Spinners. And looks like we're going to need a fresh box of the Heat Wave. And I bet you we need a fresh box of the Battle Partner too. No, the Battle Partner is good. Only the Heat Wave needs a new box. All right, we need to do a price check on Heat Wave because I think I'm on my final case of that, and it's a really good product. All right, here it is. Yeah, we're down to like 4 boxes of Heat Wave, and then we're sold out. All right. What's Heat Wave Arena doing these days? Because I think this is a fantastic product. Let's see if there's any cases. I like cases a lot. Yeah, there's cases. They're really expensive. I think that says a lot. Divided by 12, divided by 30. Yeah. So Heat Wave's going up, everybody. Just letting you know that. What's not going up? I think what I could do is I could buy some booster boxes of it. I don't know, dude. I'll close this. Hmm. Actually, here's a good source of them right here. How many can I buy? Okay, I just sourced good Heat Wave right now. I just placed an order for it. Let's take a quick look at what we would like to sell them for. Oops. Give me a second. I know we're delaying, but it's just how it's got to be. Divided by 30. Saying what are we selling these for right now? We kind of do this live. Inferno X, Heat Wave. So Heat Wave shall move from $6.50 to $7. All right, we're gonna hit save on that. Heat Wave going up a little bit. Not too bad actually. But this is the other side of Destined Rivals, and I know for a fact there's a lot of good cards in this set. So many good cards. All right, just a little price increase here. Update on that. You know, when we update those things, what I'm forgetting is that that means I also have to update the jumbo pack. That has to happen simultaneously. So Heatwave went up. Did anything else recently go up? Yeah, the Inferno went up. The Inferno went from something to $11. So Heatwave Arena went up by like $1.50. So let's say 4, 5. And then Inferno, what did that go up to? Were we selling it like $7 and now it's 11? So that would go up by like 4. So we'll round this out. We'll say 78. We'll round it down actually. So jumbo pack shall be 178 at this point. And we have to keep track of that. Every time we change the price of a product, we actually have to update that jumbo pack. And I forget that little rule. Here goes. Thanks for your patience, everybody. Oh man, the sun's coming up really strongly. Have you ever been attacked by a short man? Yeah, actually. I know that sounds silly, but when I was homeschooled when I was younger, there was a homeschoolers organization. It was about 500 families, and there was a boy in our age group. His name was Noah, and he was the shortest boy. He was shorter than all of us, and he would want to fight every single other boy. He was very aggressive, and he was like he was going to prove to you that he could beat you up. I remember him really well. He wasn't a dumb guy either. He was kind of smart, right? He was socially aware. He was, he could joke, but he always wanted to fight. And I didn't think of it at all at the time because I didn't think height mattered at the time. Now I'm older and I realize it matters a lot. And I think he was fighting like that to prove that he was good at something, because he wasn't good at being taller than the other boys. So he needs to prove that he's tougher than the other boys or like a better at martial arts. So he'd be doing karate on you. He'd be like, "Yeah, I know how to box." Yeah. He was like proving that you couldn't stop him or something. It's crazy, and I know this is a fact. He went on to become a police officer. Yes. All right, very nice. Adults under 4'8" scare me. Well, he wasn't that short. He's not that short. He was just shorter than all the other boys. We are. All right, Mr. Mark Kaplan, let's get you your poll, shall we? So here we have a cold one. The sun's coming up right now. That's bedtime. All right, we got Meowscarada. Ninja Spinner gives us, ho, the ocean. All right. If I was a short guy, I would be aiming to have a girlfriend who's taller than me. That would be my goal. As difficult as that may be, I'd be like trying to add to my gene pool. I'd be saying, okay, we need tall genes. Minchino, I actually have a friend from college who I have a lot of respect for. His name's Brian, and he was the former president of the Computer Science Club before I got voted to do it, and he graduated. He had a perfect 4.0 GPA, an exceptionally smart guy, just clearly a very smart individual. And he was also very religious. So he was like devoutly religious. And that guy went in to get a girlfriend, and she's like a good head taller than him. And yeah, so he was like super short, just didn't matter. He got a girlfriend a good head taller than him. She was in his same religious group. So I guess I would say that if you're a much shorter guy, make sure that you're a religious guy, because that's probably going to be a pretty useful tool for you to make sure you have a shot at getting laid. Mr. Mark, new bag, right? Yeah, so Brian was a very religious guy, very smart. I'm sure he's got an extremely successful job right now. I don't know what he does, but he can do pretty much whatever he wants to do in computer science. What was great about him is he wasn't just a brilliant at coding, he was sociable. That's so hard to find. It's so hard to find somebody who is like they have like a level of wisdom and stability to them, but they're sociable as well, and then somehow good at coding. How? Like that's such a rare combination of traits. That's just not common. But he was really short. So he was a really short guy. And didn't stop him at all. He had a baby too. I know he's had a baby, so he's done the thing. He got married and he had a child. And I bet you the kid has a good chance of being taller than their dad because he is short. He's real short. He's shorter than the guy I mentioned earlier, the Noah guy. He's shorter than that guy. So he's like approaching like dwarfism short. All right, here's Tammy. You made it on, Tammy. Here's a spare spot in our giveaway. It's a nice 10 this time. Thank you all for hanging out with me. If you guys had a good time, consider smashing that subscribe button. We'll be live tomorrow, and if you're subscribed, YouTube will let you know when we go live. So it's a way to remind yourself. Here it is. All right. So he's a hobbit. Yeah, that guy's real short. Why didn't you marry him? I really liked him. He was also a homeschooler. So we were both homeschoolers and we had met in college, and he reminded me of the homeschoolers. Something about him just very wholesome, super wholesome. Like if you had children, you could just leave your kids around that guy and never worry about it kind of feeling, you know? A lot of the homeschoolers had that feeling. Like, you just really wholesome people, like the Amish or something. And so, you know, I wasn't surprised to discover that he was homeschooled. He was also friends in the college with probably the other smartest coder in the whole group. His name was, oh man, I don't remember his name. He was real tall. He had a black mustache and black beard, and he was like a homeless guy. And he actually had pretty bad autism. So, and I don't remember his name. And he lives with his dad. It was Brian, and is the other guy's name also Brian? I can't remember. We ran into him a couple times in Wentzville before we moved out here. I can't remember his name. I remember I got to see his code though one time. I've talked about this before, and his code was like a book. So, you know, for one of the professors, you would actually print your code out. And so you would submit the code, but also print it on the computers, you know, the college computers. So she would hand you this project and you'd get it all done and then you'd, you know, print it out. It might be like 20, 25 sheets of code. It wasn't like big code, but for him, it was like a whole book. And you're like, what the hell? How did you turn this project into such a big thing? You start flipping through it. You're looking at it. And he's like, for every single piece of the code, he's got like a failed test chunk of code that tests in case something goes wrong. So he's got like a series of tests for everything that goes by. Every single function in the code is like, test this. If this goes wrong, throw this exception, or you know what I mean? It was like, what the hell? He's just he's just coding to code at this point. No, but when you read it, you're like, whoa, this might actually be what code looks like in an actual business. You know what I mean? Where it's like a business can't really afford to have things go wrong, maybe like a bank or something like that. And you're looking at it, you're like, dang, dude. Brian, it might have been Brian and Brian. I don't remember. It might have been like Brian and Dave or something. He had a very plain name. I know Karis would remember his name. Um, I remember Karis, you know, Karis and him worked on a couple codes before, and he helped us with one of our projects that we were stuck on. She was very proud. She didn't like to ask for help, and the rule was with the professors, you weren't allowed to ask for help. I was not proud, so I would go straight up to him and be like, "Yo, what's wrong with my code?" And he would kind of you know, you could tell he was uncomfortable with me asking because again, the professors made it very clear you're not allowed to ask. But I wasn't like that at all. I just asked right away. I'd ask everyone I could ask. I'd be like, "What's wrong with the code here?" And that was when I got to see his code. He's like, "Well, here's how I coded it." And I'm like reading it, like, "What the fuck?" But that was all a long time ago. All right, guys, I'm gonna stop talking. As soon as I stop talking, I'll stop coughing. I'll see you guys for the Tuesday daytime stream. See you there.